All right, here we go. Another one of these. And thank you for the input from you luscious listeners and viewers of Outlaw Radio at Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube. Even though YouTube doing their best to keep the white man down. They really are, too. They really are. They like capped the last show, the Barry Williams show. They just capped it. It's impossible. But they capped it. We haven't gone beyond a certain number of viewers for about 4 days. And that is BS. We know it, YouTube, and we know what you're up to. Like they care. But we will be totally on, what's the other?
Rumble?
Rumble. Yeah, rumble.com. We will migrate over there. I mean, we're appearing there, but we will make the migration because, man, they keep us down. And it's because we're white men. What do you think of that, Lori?
That's something.
Yeah, we're white men, Lori, aren't we?
I'm sorry.
Welcome to the New Year's Eve show.
Happy New Year.
I mean, it depends on when you're listening and or watching this. It may not be New Year's Eve in your neck of the woods. It could be for us right now. And with that in mind, yep, there goes the mic. My New Year's resolution is to help all my friends gain 10 pounds so I look thinner. What do you think of that, Lori?
I think that's something.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have another New Year's resolution. Are you interested?
I am.
And then I'll get into Barbara Walters in just a second. We have the last Barbara Walters interview on this show today. The last Barbara, and Greta Thunberg is in the news. She's feuding. Yeah.
How about the Pope?
And the Pope is smelling like like Barbara Walters.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He passed?
Today, both of them.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
My New Year's resolution to tolerate fools more gladly, provided this does not encourage them to take up more of my time.
Well, what are you going to do about Mark C.G. Boyer?
As long as he doesn't take up more of my time. And on this new year, I will consider taking up a new hobby such as procrastination. Or maybe later. I will visit the grocery store more often than restaurants, especially when free samples are being served. And I will exercise more self-control, though I already have a rule not to drink anything stronger than gin before breakfast. Here's the thing about New Year's Eve, and of course the New Year. People think New Year's Eve and the New Year, life-changing event. If your life sucked in 2022, it's probably still going to suck.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
This is awful.
It's meaningless.
Why?
It's absolutely meaningless. Day. All right. Nick Cannon welcomes his 12th child, a girl with model Alyssa Scott. 12 stinking kids? Boy, this guy cannot keep it in his pants.
How many women?
The film Cheaper by the Dozen, a reality for actor, TV personality Nick Cannon. Didn't he go through some crap a few years ago? And, of course, then he apologized and then came out of it smelling like a rose, because all you have to do in Hollywood is apologize.
Yep.
Gold.
Yeah, he and Alyssa Scott welcomed their second child together, and it's Cannon's 12 children. Can you imagine that, Lori? Wouldn't that hurt?
Well, I don't know. I think I'd run away.
I mean, what do you mean you'd run away?
12 kids?
But they'd be.
I don't think so.
I'm saying if they were popping out of you, I mean, son of a bitch.
That'd be a bad day.
Oh, that would be one bad day. Longtime TV journalist Barbara Walters dead, a Rooney at 93. She died at her New York City home. A representative of her family announced. Barbara Walters passed away peacefully. They always say that, don't they?
They don't know.
No, they don't. I mean, she could have been fighting inside. And I don't want to die. I don't like this. Mm-hmm. How peaceful can you die? She was surrounded by loved ones. Walters' representative, Cindy Berger, said she lived her life with no regrets. She was a trailblazer not only for female journalists, but for all women. I never really got her. I believe her daddy was a big mucky muck. Was it CBS? Her dad was a huge muckety muck. Hence her finessing her way as a journalist and then on television. Because Barbara was never a beauty or anything.
Didn't he own the Latin Quarter in New York?
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Why would that come to mind, Lori?
Well, because
Her dad owning the Latin Quarter?
yeah, it was something like that. Like, he was a show business guy, but I thought he owned the Latin Quarter.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm sure Mark C.G. Boyer won't fact check that. Anyway, Baba made a career interviewing others, but she was also an open and honest interview guest. By the way, this is number 604, Lori, because I will never forget the time she sat down, it seems like yesterday, with Larry King.
Barbara Walters, always great to have her with us.
You're always so nice to me. I love you, Larry. Do you know that?
Let's go to calls. Wakanda, Illinois. Hello.
Barbara, what do you think of Rosie O'Donnell?
Well,
Yeah.
Rosie is a different kind of a man. He is refreshing. He seems very candid, and he is hilarious.
Holland, Michigan. Hello.
Hi, Barbara.
How are you doing?
Well, my roids are kind of acting up again.
What's the question?
Will you tell us a secret about yourself, Barbara? Something juicy?
I am gay.
Wow.
I always have been.
Oh, wow. I thought you liked men.
Everybody thinks I do.
Who have you hooked up with?
Beyonce.
What's going on?
And also, I was with two people last night, both Hillary Clinton and Britney Spears with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a quickie.
Thanks, Barbara.
There it is. That
That's
was
something.
the last Barbara Walters interview with our buddy Larry King. And interesting fact, Barbara Walters smells better dead than Rosie or Whoopi Goldberg does alive.
And Bette Midler.
And Bette Midler.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, so
Yeah.
her dad founded Latin Quarter nightclub.
Oh,
in New
no
York.
kidding. But didn't he have something to do with CBS?
Yes,
though, is what-
he started out as he started out in vaudeville,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
and then found his way through, and yeah.
Yeah, 93 years old, Barbara Walters. I would say you'll be missed, but I'm sure you will by loved ones. I mean, not to throw you under the bus or nothing, but I was never a fan.
You know, I forgot that she founded or created or was the beginning of The View.
Oh yeah, oh hell yeah.
Yeah, and then
Boy, she made a pretty penny off that damn thing.
smartly got away from it.
Hey, incidentally, what did Barbara Walters get for Christmas? Pope Benedict. Okay, it's not.
man.
No, it's not funny,
No.
and everyone will hate me. But God bless.
Wow.
Greta Thunberg's response to Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate is one of these influencers. He was I guess, a noted kickboxer. And but these influencers are making nothing but money, not to mention all the free concessions that are set to them by the companies that want the influence. And this Andrew Tate is getting arrested, and this one, some might say, is one for the history books. Twitter, pretty wacky for the past 48 hours or so. All thanks to Greta Thunberg. You can find that drop and throw it in on occasion, Lori.
Oh.
Yeah, you know where she says, what is her famous line? Whatever she says. And I listen, I don't want to call her an idiot. She's on the spectrum. I think she's probably a smart gal, but she's being run by her parents, and she's turned into a media gold mine. And those parents are cashing in. I'm
Sad.
Yeah. Did you find it? It's
How dare you?
there. That's all. That's all I wanted, Lori, for Christmas and the New Year.
Done.
Was simply a Greta Thunberg, how dare you?
How dare you?
It all started with misogynistic internet personality Andrew Tate making a random swipe at Greta. In case you didn't know, Andrew Tate was banned from Twitter in 2017 for hate speech. Now, what is hate speech, my friends? This is your teacher, Professor Magic Matt. It's anything that the left doesn't agree with. That's hate speech. So I'm not a hater when it comes to this Andrew Tate. He was recently allowed back on the platform because of the new changes that Elon Musk made. He took this opportunity to tweet at climate activist Greta Thunberg about owning 33 cars. Hello, Greta Thunberg.
How dare you?
I have 33 cars. My Bugatti was a W16 8.0L quad turbo. My two Ferrari 812 Competizione have 6.5L V12s. This is just the start. Please provide your email address so I can send a complete list of my car collection and their respective enormous emissions. Wow. Greta responded.
How dare you?
Greta responded to old Andrew Tate. Yes, please do enlighten me. Email me at small and then DICK energy at getalife.com. So that was from Greta.
Wow.
Yeah.
She's grown up.
Oh,
That's pretty good.
Right? Our girl is growing up. And then Andrew tweeted this bizarre cigar smoking rant. Now, this is him in a room, a paneled room, and it looks like nice digs. And he's smoking a big fat stogie. So obviously, I'm a fan right off the bat, and it looks like a really good cigar. It's number 529, Lori, and it's important that you listen carefully, especially when his food is delivered, and I will explain. This is Andrew Tate. It must be on Twitter or one of these things. But here we go. Turn it up.
Some greenhouse gases.
Pause. So he's smoking the cigar and saying, little greenhouse gases. Continue.
I'm obviously a stranger to online controversy. It's not something I often do. But now, the mainstream press is commenting on the fact that I was informing Greta that my very extensive car collection with internal combustion engines, which run on dead dinosaurs, have an enormous emission profile. And she replied by telling me her own email address. Greta's email address is, I have small dick. Why would that be your own email address, Greta? Strange.
Pause. And by the way, it is strange. It is. Why would that be hers, right? So she's still not thinking clearly, because clearly she's on the spectrum, which doesn't make her stupid. In fact, just the opposite. I mean, she could be brilliant because she's on the spectrum.
Well,
but I don't think so. But she could be, is what I'm saying. There is a possibility that Greta is an Einstein. I don't believe that, but I'm saying there's always that little room for Einsteinism somewhere in the deep-seated recesses of Greta's cranium. We'll continue here with Andrew Tate.
I don't assume her gender. It's 50-50.
Yeah,
but
don't know.
It is what it is. I'm not actually mad at Greta. Please bring me pizza and make sure that these boxes are not recycled.
So they're delivering pizza to her.
I'm actually mad at Greta, right? Because she doesn't realize she's been programmed. She doesn't realize she's a slave of the Matrix. She thinks she's doing good. Someone has sat her down and convinced her to try and convince you to beg your government to tax you into poverty.
True.
To stop the sun from being hot.
Right. True. That's true. Is that?
And then,
here we go.
Because I called her out on it. The global matrix got this bot farm to like and retweet and all this bot commenting to try and pretend that her telling me that she has a small dick in her own email address somehow teaches me a lesson. Welcome to a new episode of The Clown Show. But now I know at least that Greta, with a little hate-filled face, wow, bitter, sitting somewhere without the heating on, in the cold, a little hat, shivering, use my tweets, which is going to make my Twitter account far more fun into eternity.
All right.
Oh.
So there's Andrew Tate. Now, there's something in this video that Andrew Tate is probably regretting. The pizza. That must be the FBI, Lori.
Yeah.
They don't want me to say it. The pizza box. The pizza box is from a Romanian chain of restaurants. That box apparently allowed police to locate him and his brother. They were arrested on human trafficking charges.
What?
But
Yeah.
Yes. But that's not all. Greta got the last word with her response to the arrest. Greta simply simply responded, "This is what happens when you don't recycle your pizza boxes." So, you got to sort of appreciate her. I mean, it's pretty funny.
I actually think it was very intelligent. The email and everything. I think it was a jab, obviously a jab, and it was good.
I mean, I've never been no Greta fan because this global warming is a big bunch of bull crap. But they nailed him and then the brother because of the pizza boxes. They knew where to find him. Isn't that incredible?
Yep.
That's just crazy.
Yep.
Yeah. And this one sort of honks me off. And I'm sort of on both sides of the fence on this. And you know that happens rarely with your buddy Little Old Magic Matt. Aerosmith rocker Steven Tyler. In fact, right over there, I got a picture of Steven and I standing there together. And I have another 8x10 of Steven and I over there. I didn't hang out with Steven Tyler, but he would come by the radio station at Z100 New York after I left the airwaves at 7 o'clock, and just we'd BS. Brought his wife over one day, brought his daughter, and always found Steven an affable sweetheart of a guy, a good guy. Now, that, of course, doesn't excuse what I'm about to say in any way, shape, or form, because the nicest guy on the planet could sever your head and then bury it in the backyard. I mean, because isn't that what they always say? Well, he was so nice. He was such a nice guy. So Steven Tyler is being sued for allegedly sexually assaulting a minor. But here's the part, and I bet this will get under Lori Downey Jr.'s skin as well. Yeah. More than 40 years ago, Lori. More than 40 years ago.
Yeah, it's closer to 50.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And so here's where we
That
are.
can't be allowed.
They temporarily dropped the statute of limitations.
Which is insane.
Insane.
It is insanity.
Do you hear the commercials that are offering help to people that have been molested, even if the pastor or priest is gone?
It's the ambulance chasers that make out.
It's incredible.
Whose idea was this? The attorneys.
Of course.
Steven Tyler facing a lawsuit after almost 50 years brought by a woman who alleges that Steven Tyler engaged in a sexual relationship with her during the 1970s, beginning when she was only 16 years old.
Right.
California. So bear that in mind, Lori. Now, how do you feel about this, Lori?
I just think this is awful.
But there's more to it.
No, I know. I'm getting to it.
Okay.
But she's 16, right?
Sure.
The California lawsuit, which was first reported by Rolling Stone magazine, is taking advantage of this temporary state law, waiving the statute of limitations for childhood sexual abuse allegations. Plaintiff Julia Misley, formerly known as Julia Holcomb, has alleged that Tyler persuaded her mother to grant him guardianship over her when she was 16 years old, which led to her living with him and engaging in a sexual relationship. She has claimed they were together from 73 until about 3 years later. Yep. While the suit doesn't mention Steven Tyler by name, Misley referred to him by name in a press statement subsequently published by her attorneys. I want this action to expose an industry that protects celebrity offenders, to cleanse and hold accountable an industry that both exploited and allowed me to be exploited for years, along with so many other naive and vulnerable kids and adults, Misley said. But this part about the guardianship,
That's on her parents.
Correct.
Yeah.
I mean, what was... Get mad at your mother. Don't get mad at the situation because you agreed to it, but your mother, who was in charge of you because you were a minor, allowed it.
And she's 16, and this guy's, what, in his 30s at that time?
Probably.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
And there's ickiness there. But then if you go back to certain states where marriage was legal, or was it 16 or was
14?
it 17? New York was 17, I believe.
Yeah, but there are some states inside the union that have, you can get married at 15.
So listen, I'm not cleansing Steven Tyler of this because I find it icky that we're dealing with a 16-year-old.
Icky on the mother.
But I also find it icky that it's almost 50 friggin' years later, and this is a money grab, Lori.
What, did the mother die?
The complaint has been prepared by my legal team, recites in legal terms the trajectory of my life from early struggles to exploitation by Steven Tyler, the music industry, my escape from that world, my recovery, transformation, my restoration of spirit through faith, the building of a family, and the rebuilding of my life. The complaint also recites how Tyler, for profit and more fame, re-traumatized me and my family. I am grateful for this new opportunity to take action and be heard.
Oh my God!
How did the re-traumatization happen? What? I can't hear you, Mark. She doesn't have your mic up.
I did.
He wrote it in his book.
Okay, the mic has been working all afternoon, Lori. There's no reason why that mic would not be working now. It's not the mic. It's not the Mark mic.
Must be
It's
me.
the other mic. You see, he's not on the Mark mic.
Let's see.
Hello.
Yes.
Here. It was in his book. The whole chat.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not. He didn't hide it.
No, he didn't hide it.
But after a little research, he was 22 when Aerosmith started, so the age difference was not that vast.
No.
So it's not as creepy.
Yeah.
But, he was a huge celebrity. Mom.
I find it creepy that people show up like 50 years, 40 years later, 30 years later.
Yes, Lori, it
and
is.
they blame that guy for what they didn't do in their lives. It becomes a problem. This person should have...
It's jealousy.
The person should have gotten therapy because of her mother, not because of Steven Tyler.
What's your
I have
theory?
a theory.
Tattoo Dave.
I think this woman's mom recently passed away.
Yes.
And she is looking for money.
Yeah.
Most
That's what I
likely.
think.
But why would they not have done a deal under the table? Why?
Well, why isn't she filing criminal charges?
Yeah.
How old is she now?
I don't know. It doesn't say here.
Well, she's too old. She's old enough to know better.
If she was 16 and 50,
Oh, yeah,
she's 60-something.
67.
Yeah, right. And Tyler's like
my God.
78 or something. He's way the hell up there.
Yeah, but I'm like I said, it's not a 20-year difference.
No, I understand. Warren Beatty, of course, recently sued by a woman alleging that Hollywood star Beatty sexually assaulted her in '73 when she was 14. And the world keeps on a-churning. It's about money, in my opinion. All right, lot to get to in minutes on Outlaw Radio.
a shocking place. An evil plexus of slums hide human creeping things. Where filthy men and women live on pen'orths of gin. Where collars and clean shirts are decencies unknown. Where every citizen wears a black eye and none ever combs his hair.
This is Outlaw Radio. That was fun, man. That was we had a little poker get together last night. One of the rare Fridays. That was it was fun. It was sort of a last minute thing, and
I'm glad you had a good time.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, I did have a good time.
I was telling Mar, I made 2 bad mistakes last night, and they were both against Matt, and it cost me about $100 and something.
Oh no, really?
Yeah. But I'm gonna get it back.
It's all listen. It's all for the good.
In the new year?
It's all for the greater good, my friends. It's all to keep us well stocked with bourbon and ginormous, perfectly marbled steaks.
Oh. And calling me babe helped.
Oh God, yeah.
Who called
Thank you.
babe?
No, dig.
Oh,
no,
my God.
Would you find the text?
Okay.
Did anybody see? Speaking of poker, and of course, Cato Kalin was here. There's not a poker get together that Cato, our buddy Cato, will not be attending.
That boy is a machine.
Oh yeah. He loves his poker.
And apparently hates all of us.
And hates all of us.
Did he leave angry last night?
Well, he was angry most of the night, as you noticed.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Oh yeah.
He was just a little hyper and just wanted. We were having fun. And he said, let's play poker.
F you. He hated us
But
last
it's not
night.
even Thanksgiving.
No, I know. He couldn't even F our Thanksgiving.
Well,
but
he doesn't discriminate. Holidays are all F.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. He's never said F your Hanukkah, but he did years ago say F
your Thanksgiving.
And he uses the word, so we can't say it. But yeah, he uses the word. But Cato Kalin, I love him dearly. Anybody see him on TMZ? Anybody
I did.
Stealing the oranges?
Yeah, somewhere in Burbank.
Okay.
I saw that.
Okay, we're going to talk to Cato about that next hour and get his
But
take
his wife
on that.
was with him.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
It looked like, what are they doing?
I
They were
know.
on the property.
Yeah. I mean, Cato, are times that tough, my friend?
He likes OJ.
You got to steal. Well, but the thing is, if you're going to steal a few, well, yeah, that's his opportunity to do what he does best, hang out with OJ. But he doesn't even drink the classic old-fashioned, and he could bring an orange or two over here. I mean, if he's stealing them, he might as well bring a couple. You got to have an orange for an old-fashioned.
Well, you know someone else does.
Yeah, well, hell yeah. So we'll talk to Cato Kalin and get his take on that.
Which is what this text was about.
In just a few minutes. Oh, okay.
Really?
So yeah, so give me the rundown.
Well, the synopsis: something happened at the game, and it caused tension.
Not last night, but the
Wednesday, the normal Wednesday night
Wednesday
game.
poker game here in this 1876 Virginia City, Nevada style bar.
Yeah.
We play right there on the table where
where we're sitting.
Where
It's,
Tattoo Dave is sitting, and Mark C.G. Boyer and Billy Dilly, our HR man.
It's a beautiful custom table.
Yeah, hey, and by the way, a world famous Tom Murphy will be on the show today. I love this guy. One of the great radio guys in the history of broad chasing. I meant to say casting. Tom Murphy on the show in just a few minutes. Okay, so this text is, explain this.
Okay, so the text, well, something transpired at the game, which I said, and it caused tension.
Yeah.
And being the guilty feeling kind of guy I am, I guess, I didn't want anything to change because of me.
Right.
So I initiated a text with said other person.
Right.
I'm not going to mention any names.
Right.
And I texted you, and I said, hey, I just want to let you know I sent out a text, and everything's going to be fine. The game will go on.
Right.
And you responded, a sincere thank you for that, taking the high road. Love me, Matt.
Love me.
Oh,
Right.
that's nice.
And I just said, not looking for a pat on the back, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
You know more than anybody else at the game what I'm going through.
Yes.
And you responded, ain't about the pat on the back, babe.
Babe.
It's about
Continue.
the truth. The truth is a blessing and a curse for me. And I agreed. And then he said, okay, I just noticed.
Yeah,
I wrote back,
okay, slow down. So then I because I now I see what I notice what I text. noticed him, and I noticed that I said "babe." So
But
then
the funny thing is,
heck?
in our industry and in our
everybody says "babe." I know.
So it didn't even strike me as odd. I'm like, okay,
you're not
whatever.
Italian.
I knew in the back of my head you have a crush on me. I understand. I get it.
I know it comes in the forefront. But what was my response?
Okay, I just noticed that I wrote "babe." I meant Dave.
Yeah.
And then F. What am I?
A homo?
Okay, I didn't know if I could say
yeah. What am I, a homo?
I said, and then I responded, "I'm aware of your secret crush."
Yeah, but it is weird, and I thought because I said Dave, and it because I don't type in, I only use the voice.
That's right, you do.
And so when I saw that, I'm thinking, God, I wonder if Dave thinks I'm coming on to him here.
And the funny thing is I do the same thing, and I voice the text, and then I hit send, and then I read what I sent,
right,
and realize, geez,
what
did I say?
Wait, what is this about meatloaf in your head?
Yeah.
What does that mean? So I found that pretty interesting.
Yeah,
that's funny.
But I'll tell you, Lori and Tattoo Dave and my friend Malibu Dave sitting there, aka our HR man Billy Dilly, and Mark C.G. Boyer, a buddy of mine who is sort of one of my first radio mentors by the name of Eric Chase, one of the greatest afternoon top 40 guys in the history of the business. Look him up. Maybe there's an air check of him on KFRC in San Francisco. The guy is pure brilliance. We worked together in Seattle. He used to call me Babe because he was, an LA guy and a showbiz guy. And yes, and so to your point, Dave, Babe is just sort of a showbiz thing to say.
Yeah.
But I don't use that vernacular.
No, you don't.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even call Lori Babe.
I've never been a babe.
Well, you are a babe, but I don't call you a babe.
Oh.
It struck me as odd, but it was a little.
Yeah. All right, babe. Here we go.
That's
I'm okay.
funny.
And speaking, we were just talking about Steven Tyler, and 50 years ago, he was supposedly having relations with a 16-year-old.
Oh, and by the way, he's 74 now.
Oh, he's 74.
So he was 24 when this happened.
Yeah, okay.
And it's not, back in the day.
Well, but don't, our listener and viewer of Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube, they may say, that Tattoo Dave, he's a little icky because he doesn't think there's anything wrong with a 16-year-old.
I completely think that it's wrong.
Right.
I'm just saying back in the day, it was a lot more.
It seems ickier for some reason if the guy's in his 50s or above and it's a 16-year-old. But
you don't know what his mother told him. He may not have known how old she was to begin with because the mother seemed like she was propping her up.
No, that can't be because requesting guardianship and that kind of thing, that can't be right.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, still, I blame the mother.
By the way, Lori, 16-year-old girls, I mean,
they love rock stars. They do, they go out.
Look at Priscilla Presley back in the day.
Many of them dress to look like they're in their 20s.
Correct.
But think of Priscilla Presley when she met Elvis.
Yeah, I know.
He had guardianship of her. That was okay, right?
Yeah, see, I mean,
that's almost the same.
And I sort of go back to that. It is sort of the same thing, is it not?
Yes.
All right. Well, speaking of that,
and it all lies on her mother. I'm sorry. It just all lies on her mother.
And you're right.
Absolutely.
You're right.
Now that she probably isn't around and can't deal with
because obviously her mom thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Thought it was cool.
My daughter's with Steven Tyler.
Steven Tyler, huge rock star.
Yeah.
Yeah. I tell you, which go to my overwhelming point every week, that females are nuts. And they'll do damn near anything for fame and fortune. And if a man has power but not fame, that's fine. If a man is famous but without money, not as fine, but still fine. I mean, Lori, don't you know you're a female?
I mean, I'm not,
but you're not necessarily that gal. Although you married Morton Downey Jr., a big TV star.
Yeah, but I was in love with him, and by the way, I thought he was broke because he wasn't getting paid for those shows back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I worked with him.
So it was simply fame for you. It wasn't the money.
It was simply no.
Right?
He was very funny and he was a gentleman. And that's
what was the age difference?
Well, by the way,
31 years.
31 years. Of course, he's a gentleman. He's nailing this hot Broadway friggin' dancer who is 20 years old.
Morton.
I was old enough to know better. I was not.
Morton is right.
Go Morton.
Yeah.
By the way, I want to say I read somewhere in the Steven Tyler story that there was an abortion in this. That
Oh, really?
I read that somewhere. Or heard
Yeah, I didn't get
yes,
that.
I read that too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the girl got pregnant and he forced her to get an abortion.
Well, that's heavy. That's heavy.
Yeah.
But to that, former Disney Channel star Bella Thorne claims Hollywood directors sexualized her when she was 10, accused her of flirting with him. Could you crumple more snacks, Mark?
Yes,
so you
I
can
could.
make more noise? Former Disney Channel star Bella Thorne. That's what he does for a living, by the way.
Crumble snacks.
You ask him and he does it.
No, that's what Mark C.G. Boyer does for a living.
Oh, where's Marty when I need him?
He eats snacks. Former Disney Channel star Bella Thorne said a Hollywood director sexualized her, not unlike that director who sexualized you, Lori.
Yes.
And that was years ago. But you were old enough to know, and
But he didn't really sexualize me. Nothing
he
happened.
tried. Well, he tried.
But nothing happened.
That's because you made him unlock the damn door.
Of course.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
that was Lori Smarts.
Yeah, because Lori's not that sleazy chick.
Right.
I mean, back then.
Oh.
Well, I don't know what's going on, these days. I mean,
either.
anything. Oh yeah.
I don't know what's going on either.
Yeah, the legs could be akimbo
no.
most of the time.
Take it back.
Bella Thorne. She says she was sexualized. Bella Thorne revealed the alleged incident, but didn't identify the director during an interview. I had a director give me feedback once, and I was 10, and they call the casting director, who calls my agent, and my agent calls my mom, and they're like, so she's not moving forward because the director felt like she was flirting with him, and it made him really uncomfortable, Thorne recalled.
Good for him.
So how is she being sexualized? What the F are you talking about, man? And by the way, she says the F word. I don't give a F what the F I said. I don't care if I said eat my... I'm not even going to go on, but you can imagine what she's saying.
Oh,
and
my God.
by the way, that sort of turns me on a little bit. She is 10 years old. Why ever
Ew.
would you think that? No. Yeah, let me take that back. Okay, in context, it's all context. I'm talking about Bella Thorne now, not when she was 10, and saying, eat my,
Glad you got that straight.
Well, yeah, it's important. It's context.
Yeah.
And of course, if a woman says that to me, I'm instantly turned on. It's like, wow, okay. But obviously not Bella Thorne now, who is in her 20s, at least in her 20s. She could be older. Thorne said it would have been impossible for her to have flirted with a director. You're in a director's session. You can't really say or do much. You do the scene, you say hello, you walk out. There's no time to boy, she's speaks like a valley gal.
Yep.
Let me go sit on your lap, or make you feel uncomfortable. So the host of this little podcast said putting it on a 10-year-old child and making it like they made an adult man uncomfortable is insane. No. No. I disagree with this.
I do too.
Yeah, he was uncomfortable because he was a dirty old man. That's what it sounds like.
Well, but maybe she was at 10. At 10, females are so much older.
Oh, yeah.
She was hormonal.
At 10?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then that was relayed to a casting director who was happy to relay that to your mom. If you need more effed up story about Hollywood and pedophilia and the sexualization of children, I don't know that there is one. Is Billy who's yakking over there?
I'm trying to do
a show.
Sorry, HR guy.
Okay.
Oh, it was?
Bella Thorne also revealed that Disney came under pressure to fire her when she was 14 years old after a photo leak showing her wearing a bikini on the beach. Thorne starred in the Disney Channel series Shake It Up.
Shake it up.
I obviously missed that series.
Never heard of it.
So not only were they sexualizing you, they were blaming you. Bella Thorne has alleged she was molested and physically abused during her years as a child actress in the entertainment industry from the age of 6 to 14, saying those around her did nothing about it. However, this is a gal in recent years who has dabbled in OnlyFans and directed a porn movie for the site Pornhub.
Nice.
And
What a good girl.
She's also saying that people did nothing about it, so people knew. So she complained to somebody?
I got to tell you, she sounds pretty full of crap
Right.
here.
It doesn't add up.
And P.S., I think there's a good shot that this 10-year-old was being sexual toward this director, and it made him feel uncomfortable.
Right.
Period.
Right.
Good for him.
Hey, Bill Cosby says he's planning a comeback tour. We'll get to that next on Outlaw Radio.
Laboratories. With over 200 research workers, academic staff, and PhD students worked around the clock 7 days a week for 9 years. And today, we deliver broadcasting from atomic scale components, 21st century technology, talk, stars, and subliminal messaging. Motivating, stimulating, mildly erotic, 24/7. Outlaw Radio.
Of course, our buddy Mary from upstate New York sent me a note. Happy New Year's, Matt.
Yeah.
She knows that's my bailiwick. She knows how that pisses me off. When people say Happy New Year's, how many? How many are we celebrating? It's just one. It would be Happy New Year. What's the other thing? Oh, what's the other thing? And Cato does this. But so many do this on all of these channels on YouTube. By the way, you can find us, but you have to punch it in exactly as I tell you. Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube. Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube, and you'll find us.
Clobber that subscribe button.
clobbered. Did you hear Mark?
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah. He's editorializing now.
Wow.
That's Mark C.G. Boyer. Editorializing for the new year. When we return, we're not going to break yet, but next hour, in theory, world-famous Tom Murphy will be here. Everybody's running late, sounding great.
It's the rain.
One of the classic radio guys of all time and a brilliant man, Tom Murphy, plus movie star Elya Baskin on the show.
I love that.
Right here in this 1876 Virginia City, Nevada-style bar. You know Elya from Moscow on the Hudson. He played second fiddle to Robin Williams. He was in
Air Force One.
Air Force One. He was the nasty Russian who took over the damn plane. He was in the
Walker, Texas Ranger.
The best Walker, Texas Ranger, the funniest of all time.
My mother applauded him.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Your mother will watch your TV show, and even if she's alone, she'll applaud.
Yes.
I love that. I find that so sweet. Bill Cosby says he's planning a comeback tour in 2023, and the quote is, "There's so much fun to be had."
That's funny.
Cosby says he's planning a comeback tour in 23 with a possible start in the spring or summer. The planned tour would constitute his first public performances. You know, I would see the guy.
I would too.
Wouldn't you?
Yes.
Why am I talking like this?
I don't know.
That guy all of a sudden become falsetto. The planned tour would, so he was in the Big House. He was released from jail last year in a radio interview on Ohio's WGH Talk. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Ohio's best WGH.
Is there a quack quack?
Whack whack. Bill Cosby was asked by host Scott Spears if he plans. I don't know why every other radio guy has to talk like a radio guy. Scott Spears, but the name is so radio-esque. Scott Spears in the afternoon on WGH. Welcome to the show. Let's talk a little politics. Hi, first-time caller. Yes, Cosby replied, I am touring because there's so much fun to be had in the storytelling that I do. Years ago, maybe 10 years ago, I found it. Was a better way to say it after I write it.
So you're going to talk about Jell-O?
I don't know.
It's funny when they announced it, they said Cosby's publicist and crisis manager made the announcement.
By the way, if anyone needs a crisis manager, it's Bill Cosby.
For sure.
Yeah, Cosby's 85 years old, released from jail last year. 85. Serving 3 years, man. Comedian still facing a lawsuit brought by 5 women in New York who claim Cosby raped them. Hey, what do you think of that, Laura? You thought he never should have gone to jail.
I didn't.
All right.
Well,
yeah.
Okay.
Whoopi Goldberg walks back the Holocaust comments. What is it about black people hating the Jews? I mean, I miss the days when everyone loved the Jews. Thank you, Kip Adana.
Kip.
I stole that from you from up above. All right, lot to get to in mere seconds on the big dog of broad chasing, meant to say casting. Yo soy Mágico Mateo on Outlaw Radio. Thank you for being there.
Everybody's got a thing, but some don't know how to handle it. Always reaching out in vain, just taking the things not worth having. But don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing, mama. 'Cause I'll be standing on the side when you check it out. You say your style of life's a drag and that you must go other places. But just don't you feel too bad when you get fooled by smiling faces. But don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing, mama. 'Cause I'll be standing on the side when you check it out. You get off your chair. Don't you worry about a thing.
just the damnedest cushion. I'm liking my visor.
Okay.
Are we good?
Well, that's Mark's mic.
Okay, can you talk to the mic?
Can he? May he?
Hello, hello. There's a lot of obnoxious music. Pretty good saxophone.
Spike Lee.
I think it's okay. I couldn't hear anything with the music. Oh. Hello, I can't. Oh, yeah, there I am.
You know, we're the last line of defense, and really the comedians are the last, the voice of truth in this whole thing.
Hi, this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time! Outlaw Radio for all of us. Outlaw Radio for all of us. Outlaw Radio for all of us.
Hi, this is Sean Young on Outlaw Radio.
Hey, this is Shelley Berman on Outlaw Radio. Listen, come on, listen to me or listen to Matt. If you like being bored, it's great for you.
It's Robert Hayes. I'm here on Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt, a.k.a. The Weasel. We are here to drink. We're here to smoke. We're here to interrupt. You may drink. You may smoke. You may interrupt. But I'm here to...
Live from the Lighten Up Lounge, this is Dom DeLuise saying, this is Outlaw Radio.
Hi, this is Chuck Woolery at Lighten Up Lounge on Outlaw Radio. It was lots of fun, guys. Be back, 2 and 2.
Hi, this is Gilbert Gottfried, and you're listening to Outlaw Radio, where we smoke, we drink, and occasionally we bother people who look old and weak.
Hi, this is Rick Dees with Magic Matt, a.k.a. Mr. Cigar, in the Lighten Up Lounge. We drink, we smoke, we interrupt.
I sort of like the world famous Tom Murphy to, I mean, maybe he's heard this, but just in case. Longtime TV journalist Barbara Walters, dead at 93, and perhaps, and feel free to call him World, which is his first name, world famous Tom Murphy, one of the great radio guys in the history of the business, and talents like this are sorely missed. But you're not missed today because you're on Outlaw Radio, my friend, and I'm glad that you're here. The very last Barbara Walters interview with Larry King seems like yesterday, but it was a few years ago. Please enjoy.
Wait a minute, you didn't give me the number. Oh, here it is.
Okay, there you go.
There she is.
Barbara Walters, always great to have her with us.
You're always so nice to me. I love you, Larry. Do you know that?
Let's go to calls. Wakanda, Illinois. Hello.
Barbara, what do you think of Rosie O'Donnell?
Well,
yeah.
Rosie is a different kind of a man. He is refreshing. He seems very candid, and he is hilarious.
Holland, Michigan. Hello.
Hi, Barbara.
How are you doing?
Well, my roids are kind of acting up again.
What's the question?
Will you tell us a secret about yourself, Barbara? Something juicy?
I am gay.
Wow.
I always have been.
Oh, wow. I thought you liked men.
Everybody thinks I do.
Who have you hooked up with?
Beyonce.
What's going on?
And also, I was with two people last night, both Hillary Clinton and Britney Spears with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a quickie.
Thanks, Barbara.
So a couple things you may not have known about Barbara Walters, and I'm certain you're saddened by her death, the world famous Tom Murphy.
Well, after hearing that, I'm not quite as saddened as I was.
You were? Okay.
My saddened quotient slipped into the red, you know.
It's funny, this Tom Murphy, he was, when I was going to say a baby DJ, but I was a baby. In fact, I wasn't even born when this guy was doing radio in Portland, Oregon. And you can tell I must have been born in Portland because I don't call it Oregon.
Oh, no.
Only tourists call it Oregon.
We tried to have people arrested when we called them.
Yeah, it's the same people that call Nevada. Yeah. Oh, that pisses me off.
That's the
East
other
Coast.
thing.
What?
That might be one of the other things you talked about.
There are plenty, and it'll probably come to me before. By the way, Kato Kalin on the show today, and we'll ask him about stealing oranges. He was on TMZ a couple days ago. But it's Portland, Oregon, a place where yours truly was born so many years ago. But I grew up with a radio station called KISN, Kissin' Radio, and KGW. Both great radio stations. And KGW, I have the weirdest the last couple of years, dreams about being on the air at KGW. Now, I wasn't old enough to be on the air back then, but I always loved, Super 62 KGW. And everybody sort of sounded like that back in the day. Except Tom Murphy, who was, or is, erudite. Is a smart fella, and that's why a guy like this man sort of rises above, because he's a smart guy, he's a funny guy. Oh God, I'm building him up way too much now.
No, go ahead, that's fine.
Okay, and
I've heard all this before, and I can live up to it. Trust me.
and Tom Murphy, one of the greats of all time, and on KISN, you must have been only in your 50s then, right?
Oh, actually, I was 19 when I started on Kissin'.
Yeah, so that's what we did. We were kids on the radio, and you either got good, or as my buddy Scott Shannon, program director of Z100, and just retired from WCBS in New York. By the way, that's our doggy. Yes.
We have a new arrival.
Well, it's a blessing and a curse doing a show from an 1876 Virginia City, Nevada style bar when you have your relatives and your dog.
I think he smells my kitty.
Yeah. Well, by the way, that's not the first time Tom said that, huh? All right. Now, here's the deal.
Well, not after high school. No.
Okay.
That was a hell of a line in high school.
Yeah. So, Tom, who just showed up? Was that our movie star friend, Elya Baskin?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. He'll be sitting next to Tom Murphy. But 19 years old, why is a Tom Murphy at 19 on the radio? Was that your first gig? It couldn't have been, because that's a big market.
Well, actually, it started on a little carrier current station when I was in high school. 3.5 watts of throbbing power going right out to the power lines and right down the street. But it was kind of circumstances. Don Burton was the owner of Kissin' and Coyle and wife, and he wanted young guys because you'd get that was Antoine Domino, and I'm walking,
Because those guys back in the day, that the whole top 40 sort of thing was brand new or just coming into the graces of the audience.
Right, yeah. Actually, there's a couple of different stories. If you're a Todd Storrs fan, then it started with
Well,
Todd.
explain. So Todd Storrs, one of these programmers, correct?
Well, he owned the stations. He was a station owner.
Yeah, and it's sort of a famous guy who owned a bunch of radio stations.
Yeah. They claim that he started it in Kansas City on WHB.
Right.
And apparently he was in the Red Lion. Everybody had a Red Lion in every town, and this happened to be
It's
Todd's.
true.
Yeah, anyway, he was there.
And by the way, I shouldn't say this, but they allowed underage drinking because my best buddy and I, outside of Seattle, where was the Red Lion? In Bellevue area.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
And my buddy and I, and he went home with a 34-year-old, an old broad, because we were 17, 18 years old. And he let me drive his car home. He went back with her. And boy, those were the days. And it was a Red Lion. And of course we were underage. And please continue with your story.
Well, anyway, Todd supposedly saw that people kept going to the jukebox and playing the same songs over and over. And so he said, well, if they'll put a nickel in there to play a song over and over again. Maybe they'll listen to my station, and not have to use the nickels. So that was how he started it. Then McClendon was right behind him.
Yeah.
And McClendon,
guy out of Texas.
Yeah, he was the old Scotsman, I think he called himself,
right.
Which was well, it was the 50s. But anyway, he started his station. He had Cliff in Dallas. He had KTSA in San Antonio.
Yeah, Cliff, KLIF. What a great top 40 radio station.
Oh, yeah. And he had KTSA in San Antonio, which is where Chuck Bloor came from. And Chuck worked for McClendon, and they hired him out here at KFWB. And, of course, Chuck Bloor, what a genius. Well, he was a genius in that he stole everything from McClendon.
Yeah, there's a lot of that in showbiz, isn't there?
Sure is.
And certainly in radio. This man who he mentioned that, have we met? And I don't know if we ever met or ever talked. And it was an honor to be on the phone for about 90 minutes with this dude, just talking radio stories. And it occurred to me that I've heard air checks of him, but I don't think we have ever met. And I was wondering, how the hell did you end up in Los Angeles? Not unlike yours truly, a Pacific Northwest kid who found his way to L.A. because I hated the weather. I couldn't stand the weather. And also, it's a big radio market.
Moving down here, have you looked outside?
Yeah, it's raining like a son of a bitch, ain't it? Yeah, it's ridiculous. But how do you make your trek from the Portland area and then Seattle, legendary radio stations, KJR, and what was the other one?
KOL.
And KOL,
yeah.
Which is Burl Bear, who does a true crime radio show before ours. He will always pronounce it KOL, but that's the way he pronounces everything.
Yeah, I know.
and it's funny. I said, so Burl, they work together and so on. And Burl is our resident commie. This man, no, there's no well about it. No,
you're being kind, actually.
Yes, I am. And this man, politically, we do not see eye to eye. And so I mentioned to Tom on the phone, I said, so I don't know if you're going to like my politics because I don't tend to be a snowflake or on the left. And you said...
Well, good.
Yeah.
And you can count on me to show up today, and here I am.
Was he here? Is he still here?
What, Burl?
Oh, yeah. Did he get to say hi?
Yeah, I think
Did he have to go?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
No. His mind left him years ago.
Yeah, he's checked out mentally a long time ago.
Yeah, he'll eat half a piece of a breasted chicken and then not know what he was doing or why is there a half-eaten piece of chicken? Because you ate it, Burl. Yeah.
Kind of like the old days with Burl in Seattle.
Oh, really?
He hasn't really progressed very much.
But you got to admit, the legendary Burl Bear, raised on records, born to rock and roll, he was a dapper man, right? You could see him in show business or on the big screen or on television. Do you remember that guy?
Me?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I used to see him often, like every day when he'd follow me on the air.
But you also have that look. You have that TV journalist look.
The hair held on. That's the whole deal there.
Because I tell you what, man, I want to be this guy when I grow up. I mean, I don't see it happening.
No, you don't. Trust me.
Is that right?
It's not that good a deal.
So how does a world famous Tom Murphy make it from the great Pacific Northwest with the worst weather? Did you hate the weather as much as I did?
I didn't know anything else. I was not born in Portland, but we moved out when I was 3.
Yeah.
And it seems like from that point on, it rained every day.
Yeah.
So I didn't give it a lot of thought. I was a little disappointed in Seattle because they kept saying, hey, it's sunnier in Seattle. No, it wasn't.
No, it's not.
That was not true.
No, that's a big lie.
Yeah. I was there once.
What, Elya Baskin?
I saw the sun in Seattle. I mean,
you were there?
It happened.
Yeah.
Elya everybody was on the street.
By the way, Elya Baskin, one of the great movie stars of all time. You know that your appearance in Black Hawk Down, one of my favorites.
That's the movie I didn't.
Oh, you weren't in Black Hawk Down? Okay.
That's always been my motto as an actor. Never do a helicopter film.
Yeah, that's right.
Not smart.
Yeah. Well, Elya Baskin, you know him from Two Moon Junction, of course. Not in that movie. Okay, Elya was in.
It's a whole list of the movies I haven't been at.
The great Elya Baskin.
Were you in Scaramouche?
That's why I was invited, right, Laurie? To get insulted.
Elya Baskin was in significant movies. Moscow on the Hudson. He played second to Robin Williams, who was, as we've learned from Elya, a dear man.
Yeah,
right?
Everybody seemed to like him.
Yeah,
me included.
Yeah, and you were brilliant in that movie. I mean, no one could see you act, even though you were acting in scenes as an actor, as a clown and a juggler, and but you don't juggle in real life, do you?
I used to.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, now if I pulled,
I'm getting old.
If I pulled down my pants and made balloon animals, would you be impressed by that? All right, let's just move on.
I used to see that all the time in the old neighborhood.
Is that right,
on radio, right?
Yeah, that was Crazy Zach. We loved him, but of course, hey, Zach, do some animals for us.
He was,
all right, I'll do it.
He was the guy with the nutty eyes, right? Yeah.
They all had nutty eyes.
Yeah, I remember that kid.
I noticed nobody smokes here. Is it okay if I let it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course.
Is it okay with you, Tom?
Oh, no, I quit, and now, of course, I'll probably be smoking by the time you'll get through with that.
Of
no,
course,
I'm fine.
of course, Elya.
Yeah.
Elya Baskin, don't ever forget, you're a big movie star.
I'm big, but I don't know what
you can do anything you want. We were mentioning this Texas Ranger episode that you were in. You were in 2 of them, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Walker, Texas Rangers.
Yeah, but the one that was beyond friggin' belief, the funniest of all time, is you're this Russian dude, and you're a detective.
That was a stretch, right?
yeah. I know. Who would know?
Russian or dude?
Right.
Both.
All right.
Who would ever think it? But you were obsessed with, was it Schwarzenegger or Clint Eastwood? You were obsessed with
Chuck Norris.
No, because Chuck, of course,
Walker
starred in the TV show, but you were obsessed with I think it was Clint. You don't remember what the hell you played? You played this guy who was sort of into.
I do, but it was not a famous actor, but a very good guy. Now he was from Poland.
Oh,
now he's back, and
Yes.
Okay. And funny as friggin' hell. And that's one of the great things about Elya Baskin. He can do drama. He can do comedy. You played with Sean.
I can do nothing. And enjoy it.
And really great.
You're in the right spot.
Yeah.
It's always good.
He was he played in a movie called Name of the Rose with Sean Connery. You worked with the great friggin' James Bond, Sean Connery, who was no stranger to getting as much nookie as this man. Okay, I shouldn't say that.
No. But I mean,
Poontang.
You would get.
That's classic.
You would really lose him as a friend if you mentioned him as a James Bond. I mean, he hated it.
He did it. He hated that.
He didn't like it. Yeah, he was beyond that. I mean, at that time.
Not the first one. That was probably a good move.
Oh, but
no, he really. I mean, when somebody would say James Bond, he'd really get mad. And
see, I don't understand that. Man, it put him on the map. I mean, he was not a well-known movie star before James Bond.
All right, so it did the job, but then he wanted to move on to different things.
Elya has mentioned that in his get-togethers with Sean Connery, and of course, that movie took how long to shoot? Name of the Rose.
The whole movie, I spent there like 3 months.
Right.
But the whole movie was like four and a half.
So you spent a lot of time with Sean Connery.
Yeah.
And then you would visit bars afterwards, and he was no stranger to quaffing a cocktail or two, right?
Yeah.
Right. And the women, my God, they would throw themselves onto his face, would they not? would they not? I mean, euphemistically speaking, Tom. I mean, just go with me on this. We're also on terrestrial radio, but this is.
I was only recently confirmed. I'm trying to watch my step here.
Is that right? World famous. Tom, by the way, you can call this radio legend World.
World is fine.
Yeah, World is fine. Elya.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right.
I made that up.
Yeah. But somebody somebody in your camp or a program director, there's a story about someone said he really believes that, right? About you, that he is world famous. Somebody said that about you.
Well, I'm trying to think of somebody I didn't like. Ken Cole. I never cared for him very much. So, yeah, he believed it.
Yeah. But he said, this Tom Murphy, he really believes it, that he's world famous. Where did the world famous come from?
I made it up.
Good for you.
Why not?
Well, so many restaurants have stolen that moniker.
Yeah, here in town, Tommy's world famous burgers.
Yeah.
My ass. A burger that's world famous. What is that?
Yeah, what is that?
I don't know. I just did. Pat O'Day was the one who. I was in Seattle by this time. I didn't do it in Portland, and I just started saying world famous. And Larry Lujak liked that because he and I were together at KJR. So he used to say, "Hey, fame, get in here." We always cut it down to just fame.
Man, when I hear the name Larry Lujak, it just it warms my heart. One of the radio legends who I have looked up to for many, 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 many years. He could tell a story, and it was all about attitude with this man. It was all
Larry
attitude.
was really pretty much the same. Most DJs are really the same often on the air. I mean, you accent things and stuff, but Larry was like that. He was one of my best friends. I mean, he got me into Chicago at CFL, and John Rook was putting together a format, which was kind of too bad because it was really a pretty good format. But then he was running into the consultant, Right. Well, you got to do this, and you got to do this, and you can't do this. Well, finally ended up it was just another shitty stuff, hit format as opposed to something good.
Right.
But Larry was always, anxious to get me in with that. So John and I had a nice conversation. We were all set, but it just kind of fell apart, which things do.
World famous Tom Murphy. Not a year goes by that I don't play this clip. And by the way, I do a pretty good Larry Lujak, not one to boast.
I'll let you know.
WCFL, the voice of labor. 722. Low Lair, Uncle Lair. This is a clip, and I bring this up because you know that this global warming is a money grab son of a bitch made up piece of crap. You know that, Tom.
Well, yes. I said very similar things,
This is 1972-ish on WLS, and it's Larry Lujak speaking to global cooling, I believe, at that time. Yeah. That was the thing. And I don't understand in my wildest imagination how folks with even half a brain in there can't figure what this thing is truly about. It's a money grab. It's about control and changing your life. Because these people know better. Did you find it, Laura?
I'm working on it.
It's Lair. It's I think it's Larry. Or it's Lair. It's Lair. Just L-A-R. E-I-E-I-O.
He sometimes would say Larry Lujak, and he...
Yeah, Uncle Lair.
Old Uncle Lair, yeah.
Yeah, but it was...
I found it.
It was attitude, and nobody has that on the air these days. Nobody has that attitude. Everybody's Ryan Seacrest and with absolutely nothing to say. All right, this is Lair, a man that world famous worked with, and I'm in your presence. I love this. Go, Laura.
Take another touchstone next hour for some more Yes concert tickets. Late morning edition of the Cheap Trashy Showbiz Report and Larry Lujak's animal stories all in the next hour here at WLS.
It's 8:54. Good morning. I'm Jeff Hendricks.
And I'm Catherine Johns, WLS News.
There apparently is trouble around the corner for Spaceship Earth. A Massachusetts physicist has looked over all the data and doesn't like what he sees happening around the year 2000. Oceanographer William Jenkins says the polar ice caps are melting sooner and faster than expected. And that means the Earth may be racked with floods, monsoons, and heat waves, devastating to food production in the coming century. There could be widespread death and starvation.
Oh, my God.
He's a proponent of the so-called greenhouse theory, which states the Earth is warming up because pollution is trapping heat in the atmosphere.
And this is by the year 2000
that all of this is about to come to pass, he says. He being Bill Jenkins.
think it was $50,000 a month.
Okay, that's that story. That's enough, Lori. The deal with old Larry, this is like 1972, and they're talking about this by the year 2000. It will be floods, devastation, we will all be dead. This has been going on for years. But just a little note about Larry Lujak. I love that he was never afraid of dead air. Never afraid of a pregnant pause.
I recalled him saying it was dramatic pause.
He was afraid of global warming.
You could tell he wasn't afraid of nothing.
He wasn't afraid of any manager or PD, not when he was handing them those kind of numbers.
Yeah. Chicago, great radio. All right, we got a lot to get to. We'll be this after back on the Big Dog. I'm Larry Lujak on Outlaw Radio. On YouTube, Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio.
I've gone to ground. I'm watching porn in my hotel dressing gown. And now I dream of you, but I still believe there's only enough for one in this lonely hotel suite. The journey's long.
Plantains, by any other name, are still bananas. And now there's a new game in town led by an hombre named Matt. A poker-playing, cigar-smoking, barbecue-eating talker. They call him Magic in these parts. And he's made bananas a kind of art form. The kind of talking that makes people sit up and bark at the moon. Ordinary just got better. Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt Allen.
Don't you miss the days when everyone loved the Jews? Oh, don't you?
Wow.
That's a classic Kip and Donna line. I never thought I'd miss him, but I miss him. I miss him. Kip was a regular on Outlaw Radio. Great comedian and
big anti-Semite.
Was he an anti-guy? I don't know.
He was.
Was he really?
Absolutely.
Kip and Donna really hated the Jews. Well, I'll tell you what.
I wasn't very fond of them.
And he ain't even black. But what is it with the blacks and hating the Jews these days, man? I guess it's something that goes way the hell back, but Whoopi Goldberg is walking back that Holocaust. I just love this. So is she telling the truth the first time, or when she apologizes, is she telling the truth then? I think we know the answer. So here she is, old whoopster, I don't think the most intelligent broad on the planet, walking back her Holocaust comments, because ABC is thinking about firing her. It's funny when your ass is in the ringer, how you're willing to make amends.
It's also funny how they're thinking about it. Yeah, it should have been done immediately.
Anybody else? If indeed Whoopi was on the right, done. She would have been out so quick it'd make your friggin' head spin. And she is a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. I'm telling you.
I like that one.
If you've ever seen the show, world famous Tom Murphy and Elya Baskin, if you've ever seen those Teenage Mutant, she is one of them. So once again, she's walking back her comments about the Holocaust. She says, I believe the Holocaust was about race, even though her original statement was it wasn't about race.
Yeah, because everybody was white.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
no.
that was what it
That's correct.
Yeah, correct. And I am still as sorry now as I am then that I upset, hurt, and angered people. No, you're worried about your gig, you liar.
Not sorry for what I said.
No.
I was wrong.
No.
Sorry that I offended you.
She
because
said,
I still believe
in
it.
this time of rising anti-Semitism, I want to be very clear when I say that I always stood with the Jewish people and always will. Okay. Well, I mean, Goldberg, she stole a Jewish name, for God's sakes.
What was her real name? Elaine something?
It was something like Smith or something.
Kind of a nothing.
Yes. My support for them.
Smith isn't a nothing name.
I mean,
a lot of them.
The only thing she ever did worth a crap was that Ghost movie. Right? What else? I mean, she played the nun. I didn't think that was a great movie. Is it just me? Do you have the other mics up too loud, Lori? I can tell a difference here.
I know.
No, there's something going on here.
We got Cato.
Just fix.
Karen Elaine Johnson.
See, did I not say like Smith?
Phone? Yeah.
Damn, you're fast.
So
I've taken over.
So ABC is facing growing calls to fire Goldberg from The View. My best friend said, "Not for nothing." Well, that's good. Thanks. Very, very articulate. Is there no box on the census for the Jewish race? So that leads me to believe that we're probably not a race, she told the newspaper. Okay, Jews are my friends. You know that. In fact, the majority...
Am I included?
Jury's out, but I do. But I must tell you,
you brought Bloody Marys
in the new year. Yes, and he brought over a great vodka. Yeah. So yes, of course, Elya Baskin.
Okay.
You're one.
Now I know how to make.
You are one of my
with Gentiles.
You are. Bring up booze, right?
Yeah,
you know my old buddy Al Goldstein, my old dead buddy, publisher of Screw magazine. It's like, Matt, wait, you're on the right. You tend to be politically on the right. How can Al be your buddy? Because, truth be told, Al was on the right as well. But, his whole thing was make as much of a fuss and get as much attention as you possibly can.
But tend to be on the right.
But old Al Goldstein, used to say, Matt, Jews don't drink. And it's an interesting concept because what he's saying is true.
No.
In the overall picture, what he's saying is Jews, for the most part, good business folk who keep within the folds. We were talking about this last week on the show. If Jews do run Hollywood, good for you. Good for you not putting up with the crap that went down in Germany and banding together and saying, okay, here's something I think we can get together and put the hammer down on. And I'm not saying Jews run Hollywood, but I do believe Jews and gays run Hollywood. You heard me, Tom.
With the wokeness, I mean, it's just scary.
Well, I don't know, Jack Warner.
Yeah.
Daryl F. Zanuck.
Yeah.
Just to name two that come to mind.
But you know,
Louis B.
Those people on the left, including Jews, today would be on the right.
Of course.
Because they have absolute common sense.
Yeah, but
what's happening today, it has nothing to do with being a Democrat or, I mean, I have a lot of friends who are Democrats, and they're, I mean, wonderful, wonderful people, and they so far away from this woke movement, and
yeah, because they think
they hate it as much as we do.
Well, because they know it, they know it's lunacy, but they also don't understand that their party has left them, and
so does Republican. I mean,
no. I am no fan of the damn Republicans, but when there is no choice, it's the only way to go for.
No, I am independent.
You have to vote for a Republican, though, Elya. You're a pragmatist, as I am. You must. There is no other way to go.
Is that a dirty word?
You know,
Marxist, communist, pragmatist.
I guess. See, that's what makes him world famous Tom Murphy.
Of course he's
okay.
world famous.
Hey, anybody
he still got it?
Anybody see anybody? He never lost it, and or I just found it and gave it back to him. Anybody see Kato Kalin, our buddy, our poker playing buddy, on TMZ the other day?
I did.
You saw that, Lori?
I did.
He's someone's front yard, yeah.
Yes, he's stealing friggin' oranges from the next door damn neighbor, and he's out there with his beautiful bride. We attended his wedding.
Yes.
And that is one gorgeous woman.
She is.
And she sees the good in Kato, and I love her for that.
We all see it.
Kato, what is the real story? Why did you need to find yourself once again around OJ?
Oh, that's a good line.
Thank you very much.
Damn, I wished I'd have thought of that.
I do this as a
but
public...
I wasn't interested, so...
I do this as a public service.
Well, that was good.
Yes. All right. Hey, Kato.
Let me explain the story really quickly.
Turn him up.
You know, I'm in the Home Depot parking lot with my wife. We get picked up in a truck. Next thing you know, we're picking oranges. I'm kidding.
Okay.
I kid.
Okay, but
I kid. Please, I love all the illegal aliens.
For $35 an hour.
I love all people. I was trying to explain to my wife, Chunky, exactly what Outlaw Radio was. I said, honey, Outlaw Radio, picture Hep in the Grotto, except it's in a room with just dudes without the water and Mark Boyer in a thong.
Yeah, that would be
not a pretty sight.
No,
and no cards.
No, and
That's scary.
Yeah, and we're not playing poker.
Did that? Yeah, my wife actually is here. Shungy, say hi.
All right, I love it.
I just heard everything you said, darling.
Oh, I love that woman.
She's adorable.
That's the best ever. Like, you're the sweetest man ever.
Okay. Honey, please put some clothes on. Anyway,
did she call me the cutest?
I want to explain something quick.
Why would you ever tell her to put her clothes on?
Yeah.
If you watch the video with Chun-Yi, she's like the protector of the oranges. She won't let me pick the oranges when the guy's giving me permission.
Right.
And she's going, I'm Chinese, I only eat Mandarin oranges. But seriously, Chun-Yi.
You see that? You see what he did?
No.
Bad line.
Actually, this is something I want to explain myself too.
Okay, go ahead.
It's just because those oranges are not ripe.
No, not honey, rape, not rape, ripe. Ripe.
Yeah,
she said rape oranges.
she did.
No,
They're not
rape. Your Honor, I never raped an orange.
Yeah, he never raped an orange. But, because those are not ripe. And I'm like, I understand Kato loves young stuff. But those oranges were only 2 months old. So that's why.
Okay. She's into the wine, isn't she?
She's saying they were underage.
Yeah.
No, the more she drinks, her English gets better.
Okay, all right.
I know the feeling.
So if you watch the video, though, there's a man who his wife, someone's filming, and he's saying, don't take the front oranges, go in the back. They're ripe. The ones in front were called blood oranges, of all things.
Yeah.
And not to take those.
Right. Okay. So this was all a debacle, and it was a misunderstanding.
But how many oranges did you pick?
Well, hold on.
I don't know if you got it.
You weren't stealing oranges.
No, raping them.
You were raping them.
No, wiping them.
Raping them.
You know, there's nothing like an orange, I'll tell you that.
Please.
So did you say bloody OJ?
Wear a condom.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So Lori Downey Jr., our beautiful producer, I think she asked a very feasible question. How many oranges did you, Kato Kaelin, get away with?
Well, here's the deal.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. Sonny and I were walking in our neighborhood. We walk, and a lot of times people will ask. We always ask, can we get some fruit? This gentleman, I did ask, and I didn't have my normal bag in the car to get oranges, so I got him in my shirt. So we took about 7, and 2 of them dropped on the walk back.
Oh, see, that's a dirty, rotten shame. Well,
that's abuse. That's abuse.
Yeah.
The good thing is, Matt, when I do any of my looting, it's always healthy and full of vitamin C.
Oh, yeah. I will tell you, this Kato Kaelin, he is the king of all juicers. He brings over bottles of this stuff that he juiced up, and it looks terrible. And I've never smelled it, but I bet. Does it smell good?
No. It's just I cut out the middleman. I just drink diarrhea.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay.
Nice.
No, it is so good. It is so good and good for you. I've been doing it. Honestly, I've been doing it for well over 40 years.
Wow.
Way before trendy started. Way before kale became whatever how people treat kale.
Yeah.
But yeah, this morning it was just oranges that I sold.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
I bring it to Poker Wednesdays, and it keeps me full of energy.
Well,
hey, Kate, how did my pizza go with your juicing?
Oh yeah, we discovered that you not only are stealing oranges, but last night after poker, did you steal? Oh, son of a bitch! Did you steal Tattoo Dave's pizza?
You know what's funny about that? What's funny about that is that Squally, another guy there, who brings his own meal, about 4 sandwiches, and then he looks around asking everybody what they're eating, and he goes, hey, there's pizza left? I'm going, Jesus, why don't you just eat the box, Mike?
Yeah, so that's what happened to it, because the first thing Dave asked when he came here to the show today is, what happened to my pizza? I had like a half a pizza in there.
Yeah, I saved it purposely thinking I would eat it today while we were here. And
well, guess again.
Yeah.
Guess again.
Dave, we did you a favor. We did you a favor. You didn't eat it a day after.
Yeah.
It was cardboard already.
All right. Kate,
was it recycled?
Yeah.
It was recycled.
Kato Kaelin, I love you dearly. Happy New Year to my poker playing buddy Kato.
Happy New Year,
Happy New Year. This is Elya.
Elya Baskin, which is
thank you.
Yeah, Elya Baskin.
Happy New Year to you all too.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not certain what she said. I can't understand a word.
Happy
but
New
the
Year
point
to you
is,
all, too.
but she is doing what every female, the number one priority a female should always keep in mind, and that is to be hot. That's the number one. That is the number one.
Number 2 is to always get the last word.
Did you notice that? And by the way, that is the world famous Tom Murphy wishing you a happy New Year as well, Kato.
Well, thank you.
You know what? I know you guys with Shuggy. It's everybody says, do you have a picture of your wife? I say no. I only carry a soundtrack. She's much better.
See that? That's Kato Kaelin.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah.
Please tell everybody to subscribe to 1 Degree of Scandalous, the red hot podcast I had with Tom Zenner.
One degree of scandalous with Kato Kaelin.
Yeah,
okay.
It's actually good.
All right.
Good.
Dave is a big fan.
Yeah, it's really good. I really like it, Kate.
All right. Love you, Kato.
1 degree.
Hey, guys. Have a great one. Happy New Year.
You too.
Happy New Year.
You too.
Happy New Year.
Bye-bye, guys.
Look at him hanging out with OJ. I had to say it again. All right. We'll be this after back on the Big Dog of Broadcasting. By the way, since we're plugging, find us now on YouTube, Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. You have to punch it in exactly, even though they're trying to keep the white man down.
passive aggressive has a new home. You're listening to Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt Allen.
It's Outlaw Radio time!
As you may be aware, I meant to get to this on the last show. Didn't have time. It was too jam-packed. We had Robert Hayes from Airplane fame, Captain Stryker. Was that Mark who made that massive sound just now?
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything, yes.
Yeah. And Barry Williams, Greg Brady from the Brady Bunch. And so we ran out of time. So I will plug this in, and then a huge last hour with world-famous Tom Murphy, Elya Baskin, and the rest, all in seconds. Drew Barrymore, who I love her in the what the hell is those three movies? Did they do 2 or 3 of those? Whatever those were. The TV series.
Scream?
Poltergeist.
Oh, No.
Wasn't it?
No, it was that
well,
damn.
she was in Santa Clarita Diet.
It was E.T., wasn't it?
Well,
that's that. Yeah, that was her
You're
claim
talking
to
about
fame.
Santa Clarita Diet.
No, I like that show.
Yeah.
But no. The TV show made into the damn movie. Help me here. Jeez, this is
you're talking about
not the
Charlie's
Partridge
Angels.
Family, but Charlie's Angels.
Oh, Charlie's Angels.
Thank you, Mark C.G. Boyer. And I like her in that. And I always thought she was a brain trust, a good businesswoman.
Well, she is. She's doing a lot of commercials
Yeah,
today.
but Lori, what I'm learning is I think she has really smart people around her.
Yes.
She's adorable,
because Drew says, thanks, Joe Biden, for a great year. I feel so good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and she's now a talk show host, Drew Barrymore, thanking
Really?
President Joe Biden for what she described as a great year during a tone-deaf Christmas-themed interview with him and First Lady Jill Biden, citing the recent passage of the Respect for Marriage Act, which is meaningless. It's meaningless. It's gobbledygook. It's all about making you feel good about these idiots in charge of the greatest friggin' nation in the world. I mean, it hurts me to think that this decrepit son of a bitch, and when I say decrepit, it has nothing to do with age. Mentally, this guy is A, out of his mind, but B, he's always been a bad guy. I believe Joe Biden is truly a bad person.
Who's running again?
We'll see about that.
Well, he
won't
said
we?
he's going to.
But this Drew Barrymore, what a friggin' idiot. She's talking about the return of WNBA star Brittany Griner from Russia. She says she feels so good about 2022. This is the year that saw record inflation skyrocketing, just gas prices through the roof.
You know, Matt.
Russia's invasion of Ukraine. She said it's a good time and a good year right now. We're into the holidays, and I'm a voracious news reader. Yeah, what? MSN? CNN? Why am I whining? Yes, Elya Baskin.
No, I said that just before coming here, I called my friend in Riga. It's Latvia on both.
Right, Latvia.
Yeah, and 12-hour difference. They already in 23, and I asked him how is the 23. He says the same shit.
All right, we'll be this after Bath on Outlaw Radio.
Be a cowboy, and you can be my cowgirl. I wanna be a cowboy, and you can be my cowgirl. I wanna be a cowboy.
Riding on the check wagon, following my man. His name is Ted. Can you
Hi, this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time!
The most imitated radio station in the nation.
I'm through with standing in line for some fun to begin, but I found a good thing leaving me with a grin. It's time for Outlaw Radio to begin.
You have the great Billy Gibbons here? Yeah.
It's very cool.
He just passed out.
Yeah.
Hey, that didn't sound too bad. Huh?
At the Lightning Up Lounge. Oh, man. We're here with Matt. Oh, yeah. At the Lightning Up Lounge. Oh, little Outlaw Radio. We're here with Matt.
And he's not fat.
We got all these guys and girls in the house. Let me tell you, that's where it's at. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Allen. Pass me a gallon.
By the way, it looks like we're going to get him back on the show. I love that Billy Gibbons from ZZTop. What a great man. What a great Texas man. I meant to get to this last week. A lot of things I meant to do last week. A lot of things I meant to do in my life.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. No. I thought I'd never have regrets. Oh, God, I've had a few.
Not tonight.
What?
It's New Year's Eve.
Well, not necessarily where you're watching or listening to us right now. It could be a whole different... I mean, in Koreatown, here in L.A., they've been celebrating 2023 for 6 months. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was there last. We had dinner at HMS Bounty.
Oh, you did?
On Christmas Day, yes.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Mark and I. Boy, sad sacks. Yeah. Merry Christmas to us. Now get out. I wanted to mention that Duke Wright, founder, president, chief exec officer of Midwest Communication, passed away. This is a man that I wanted to meet. I heard nothing but incredible things about this guy. He was the big guy of, when you talk about Wausau and Green Bay, Wisconsin, I don't know if you do, but I am right now. He passed away on December 21st, age of 83. And this guy, self-made man, and I mention this because we're on several of their radio stations, but I mention this because this was a good man who believed in America, who loved the United States of America, and did what he did on his own. Bought a radio station or two, then turned it into this massiveness of 80 to 100 radio stations in the Midwest.
Wow.
And God bless you,
right,
Duke, a lover of broadcasting. This man loved the industry.
They don't make them like that anymore.
They don't make the industry like that anymore, Lori. I mean, the whole thing has friggin' changed. And I talked to Rick Dees, and, Rick will say, Matt, do you believe what this has become? And I'll say, no, Rick, what has it become? Well, I'm not sure, but do you believe it? And I said, I don't know. And then he'll say, here's Tapao on the countdown. All right, and I'll say, Tapao, well, didn't they have one hit? Yeah, and what a great, God bless you, Matt. Click. And I'll say, Rick Dees, did you hang up on me? No, I just said click. All right. Oh, God. I used to be someone, Lori. Do you remember those days? See, you never knew those days. That's how long I've been a has-been.
What?
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. Why are you being so rough on yourself?
Let me tell you, there were so many reasons, and I do this tongue-in-cheek, sort of.
Okay.
No, don't do that.
Last day of the year.
Your friends will do it for you.
I'm not busy. Just kind of sitting here with my head up my ass.
Tom is great.
By the way, we found the new morning show. Elya Baskin, the great movie star, and world-famous Tom Murphy.
Wonderful. I don't like mornings, though.
Yeah.
I never liked him either, but I could make a pretty good living doing them. So.
I talked to Tom about this whole morning thing, and that at break, Tom Murphy was talking about Gary Owens, the great, and I do mean the great Gary Owens. I love that man. And I asked him one day, I said, Gary, I'm a morning man. I'm doing mornings now. Something I never wanted to do, but I have a big mortgage. So I feel forced into this. I said, when do I get used to waking up at 3:45 in the morning? And Gary Owens said, Matt, never. I said, any advice? No. That was Gary Owens. And I loved him. I just loved the man. And you knew Gary, right?
We worked together, yeah.
And you found him to be that affable, sweetest guy on the planet, right?
He was terrific, yeah.
Yeah. And of course,
I was a big fan. I met Gary in '63, and I had heard him. There was some air checks, which don't mean anything anymore, but there were a couple of air checks.
Explain an air check to the layperson. What is that?
Well, it's checking air. Anyway, moving on.
Nice. That's beautiful. Thank you, Tom.
Anyway, there were a couple of 1962 KFWB air checks that circulated.
Which was a big radio station here in Los Angeles.
Oh, God, yeah. They were the big top 40 station.
Yeah.
And Gary was doing mornings, and I got the tapes. And so the next year I went on vacation. I knew a record promoter who was friendly with Gary. So he took myself and my friend over. Now he was doing KMPC by this time. He was doing 9 to midnight.
Another big station here in LA.
Oh, God, not too bad.
Which is gone, but yeah.
Yeah, there's sports or something.
Yeah, whatever. Who cares?
Anyway, Gary was doing evenings waiting for Johnny Grant to retire.
Who became the unofficial mayor of Hollywood because Hollywood is an unincorporated, it's L.A., so there cannot be a mayor if you're unincorporated.
Well, he was the mayor of Hollywood and got on everybody's nerves.
Oh,
but, Anyway, Gary...
You think he took payola if you want...
Oh, I hope so.
Because I say that because he's the guy, he's the ass you had to kiss if you wanted a star on the Walk of Fame.
Yep.
Big time.
Our manager at Kiss, Wally Clark, was...
I love Wally.
By the way, God bless him.
Yeah, he just passed.
He just passed away, man.
No.
You didn't know this, Laurie?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you should spend more time with me. You'd know these things.
Oh my God.
And Rick Dees said, "Yeah, Matt, I'll tell you when we're doing the services." And by the way, he never told me. You know, and I said, "You promise, Rick?" "Oh, God bless you." You know, yeah. Here's the night Chicago died. All right, okay.
Anyway, really, well, I was a PD of KPRZ, which we were doing the music of your life, which was pretty easy. They gave us tapes, we played them, and didn't bother anybody.
Well, that's an easy gig, isn't it, Tom?
Yeah, but I got a car out of the deal, you know. So.
Nice!
Yeah. Well, it was a K car from Chrysler, but it was still a car.
car.
Yeah.
But anyway, working with Gary was great. He just was a lot of fun. And Whitting Hill, Dick Whitting Hill, of course, who was a legend.
Legend.
He did afternoons. Gary did mornings. Well, Gary kind of did mornings. I went in at 5 and worked until 7. Then Gary came in and was a star till 10. And then I kind of finished everything off until noon. But,
is that right?
Yeah.
That's a weird shift, man.
Well, I was the PD, so the 3 hours Gary was on, I could do paperwork and send it back to St. Louis. You know why? I never knew why we were sending it to St. Louis because nobody gave a damn. You know.
World famous Tom Murphy. Did you like the paperwork? Were you into that?
No, not really. No.
Yeah.
I used to lie. You know, like, well, we did this. You know, just send it to
I know LAPD. What's PD in the radio?
Program director.
Oh, I see.
Program director of radio stations. You know, you talk about lying. In order for me to be hired as a kid at KRKO in Everett, Washington.
Hey, I know that station.
You do? Were you there?
Of course. No, I was never there. I was at KJR.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, of course.
Everett, hello.
No, you were big time. I understand that. You're still big time, Tom.
Well, barely.
But the thing is, well, that's true because you're on this show. But the thing to keep in mind, what, Laurie?
Lord. It's come to this.
No, please. If it's not,
it never comes to this.
If it's not,
ever.
Listen. I learned from my friend Johnny Carson. Self-deprecating humor. My God, it's got to do something for me. My career at least once. I'm looking forward to that in 2023. By the way, the new year, meaningless.
It's going to be great.
No. If you were a failure in 22,
same shit.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Elya Baskin. It is. There's no. You know,
it's going to be a great year.
These people that count it down and it's like, oh, this is going to be a great one. No, it's just it's meaningless. It's meaningless.
Not to me.
Not to burst your freaking bubble here. That's not what well, maybe that's what I'm doing. KRKO, in order to work there, I needed a third-class endorsed license.
Yeah.
This is FCC stuff, my friend. So at 14 years old, I went to the program head honcho there, Shirley Bartholomew. Could have been a man, happened to be a woman.
That'll happen.
And Shirley,
nowadays it's a tax deal. You know?
Yes, it is. I said, Shirley, I want to be on the air. She said, well, you know, we're 5,000 watts omnidirectional, so you need to have a light. I said, if I get my license, will you allow me to do a 6-hour shift overnights on the weekend? And she said, yes. Could have been a man, happened to be a woman.
Did she say, quit calling me Shirley?
Yeah, and this was way before the movie. and I went to the FCC building. I took the test. I flunked the first time. I passed the second time, third class endorsed, went to Shirley, and I said, all right, what is my first shift? What a precocious little a-hole, this 14-year-old known as me. I look at that guy as a different kid, but that's me. And she said, well, you know, I don't really. I said, you promised me. You promised. I studied for this. She put me on the air.
I'll be darned.
Yeah.
I flunked my first 3.
See?
Yeah.
It's not easy.
Well, they made you have to have them.
Yes.
And so our chief
because
engineer,
you're in control of that transmitter.
I wasn't in control of anything.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, But the thing was, our chief engineer for the chain for the star stations of Burton.
Yeah.
Study that. Mm-hmm. So the next, I can do this shit. Don't say Mayday unless you mean it. It was like, so anyway, I flunked the damn thing, of course. So now Burton had to write the FCC and explain that his morning man at that point had flunked the test. So they said, well, he can still be on the air, but he can't touch the board.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So this was the first time I ever had an engineer.
Nice.
I liked it.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
You made life easier.
Yeah, sure as hell did.
No, that's nice, man.
So anyway, 2 weeks later, I passed it. And
isn't that funny that back then, I mean, you had to have a license to be on the air? And
not today?
No.
No,
I don't know about today.
No license. No. Look at these idiots who are on the air. I think that was sort of a test. It's like, can you pass something in your life? Some sort of a test.
I thought my driver's was enough.
But
do you have brain somewhere?
But back to lying. So, yes, I passed the test. I didn't remember a damn thing. I didn't know EP times IP equals whatever the hell that equaled. I didn't know. I still didn't know how to take meter readings. So I simply copied from the next guy and changed it by a number or two. I honestly got you too, Tom?
Well, of course.
Yeah. So
they wanted them every half hour I'm in there flogging the heavy hits. I don't have time to go out and jack around with a dial.
We're not engineers, Tom. That's not what we do.
You know who my first phone was at KJR?
Huh?
Larry Lujak.
Larry
had a first phone. Yep.
He. By the way, that means that is the epitome.
Yeah.
If you're smart enough to pass that first phone license.
Oh yeah, that was hard.
That was. I mean, we're talking about heavy duty. You have to know everything about everything.
Well, they used to have first phone mills.
Yeah.
In fact, one of the big ones, I can't remember the name of it.
They were memorization things, right?
Well, yeah, basically, you had this thick thing, you had to memorize it.
Right.
But Larry was funny. He had to change the direction because I couldn't, because all I had was.
Okay, let me explain this. You're talking about directional antenna array. So at some point during the evening, you have to change the direction to protect other channels.
Yeah.
That
is this a signal?
Yeah, the signal. Right. You have to protect their signal and change, and that's why sometimes you'll hear an AM radio station, even to this day,
50 watts.
It'll power down at some point.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, anyway, Larry had to change the pattern. And the thing was that the pattern changer had broken for about 3 weeks. No! So finally we get a nasty note from some station in Georgia. We're sick and tired of listening to Tom Murphy and Larry Lujak at night. They didn't say that. I threw that in for effect.
See, because these AM signals would like megawatt, 50,000 watts.
Right.
You could hear these stations. I used to listen to KFI in Seattle.
Yeah.
From LA. So when I became the voice of the radio station,
I used to listen to it when I was on it, and I didn't like it.
Wait, you were on KFI as well?
Yeah.
See?
Briefly.
See, you've done it all, man. Yeah.
You know what I remember?
What, Lori? Downey Jr.?
Back in the day at KLIF in Texas, Dallas, Texas. KLIF, KGBS.
We referenced that a couple hours ago. KLIF, one of the great top 40 radio stations. Yes.
Right. And when we were there, when there would become a storm, they would have to climb the antenna to fix something because the signal wasn't going through.
Wow.
This is back in 1992.
Wow.
I mean, it was still a wreck back then.
Yeah, it was a wreck.
It was a wreck.
Airplane rides I ever had was in Texas.
Yeah.
Because I was at Wichita Falls in training, and I would fly up to Dallas because a friend of mine was the PD there, so he'd get me free tickets on Braniff. That was a flying experience.
How are they doing?
Yeah. Well, they're gone.
Of course.
But at any rate, but God, the storms we used to go. I knew I was in trouble when I looked behind me and the stewardess was strapped in, getting gangrene.
Yeah, that would be a dead giveaway.
That was a giveaway. Yeah, we were in some deep storms.
Well, I do miss Texas. I
like Texas a lot.
Me too, man. I had great times in Houston. I loved
Houston.
Oh, I loved Houston. That was real Texas. Unlike Dallas, Dallas always wanted to be L.A.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
You see, you know this, Elya Baskin. How do you know this, Elya Baskin?
I worked there for Chuck Norris.
Yes, Walker Texas Ranger.
So you do know that.
Yeah, I noticed it's a mini sort of a little kind of crooked Los Angeles mentality.
Yes, very much so.
Show off and
And this is why I loved Houston, because Houston was real get down, get out of our way. We are Texans, and they are Texans. And what they would say is, Matt, how about we make some money? And I'm thinking, well, that's a great idea. I like that. That's what they were about. Let's make. And by the way, I piled a few $1,000s, not a ton, but in a little franchise called Blue Keys. And it was a Southern food, fast food joint. I lost the money. But I put the money in with the guy who invented, get ready, the weed eater. A man by the name of George Ballas, who had nothing but money, and he said, Matt, how about, I said, okay, because I'm a dummy. So I put in a few thousand, that went down the tubes, but it was really good biscuits and gravy.
Oh, yeah.
They cost me thousands of dollars. Sometimes it's worth it, man.
That's the story of me in stock market.
Oh, really? Really, Elya?
Every time I put on something, it goes down like next day.
Is that right? So if you
never touch
stay
it.
away.
So Elya Baskin, if you stop doing it, I mean,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Or a Kettle One Leaf.
We had a sales manager at KISS that they transferred to Houston. I don't know, at some point Gannett bought a station in Houston. I don't remember what it was.
Let me just point out. So Gannett, obviously they still own USA Today.
Yeah.
But Gannett was, in my opinion, the best broadcasting company I ever worked for in my life, because they loved personalities.
Oh, yeah.
And they would pay personalities. As long as you brought in the ratings, they would pay you.
The only problem I had with Gannett was they let one of their vice presidents turn KISS FM into a disco station. And that was very difficult to deal with, which is why I ended up on the AM,
Right.
Yeah.
But after, and by the way, that's about the time, Matt, it's Rick Dees. That's when Rick came in at the tail end of that disco, because Rick was in Memphis, was it? And
he was on KHJ, actually.
Well, no, I'm going before that.
Oh, all right, I'm sorry.
So here, no apology zone, world famous.
Oh, I take it back.
No, yes, please. Rick was this superstar in, I think it was Memphis.
WHB.
And at that time, his Disco Duck was #1. It was a #1 song. So this man has all this acclaim. He's kicking ass in the ratings. His radio station won't allow him to play Disco Duck. That's the truth. What, Laura?
I want to share my media credits.
Yeah? What? Oh, wait, Cliff?
Wow.
So that was KGBS,
Yeah.
KLIF.
KGB?
KGBS, right?
Yes, KLIF in
KGB.
Dallas, Texas.
Wow, that's Lori.
During the, oh my God, this was so horrible.
Hey, Lori, can the folks on YouTube see you? Did you put the camera here?
I knew.
No, but
This one here.
is it on me or is it on this? No, don't go over there.
I knew there was something in common with me and
Lori, I want.
We covered this.
Hey, Laura, no, be careful. I want you.
She's good.
Yeah, but she can do this on her camera as well.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, yeah.
She's the producer.
Yeah. By the way,
KGB.
for you lovely
KGB?
listeners.
Oh, that's what this is.
Hold on, you folks.
I know
Okay.
KGB.
For you lovely folks in Wisconsin trying to make heads or tails of this show.
How's the weather back there?
It's cold. It's chilly. Much like it is in this room. I want you to know.
Gotten cold, hasn't it?
I knew that was
Didn't I tell you you would love world famous Tom Murphy? I told you that.
Adorable.
I told. And by the way, Lori, Lori, thank you. Is this guy? He's much
charming.
He's much older than he looks, man. You wouldn't believe. I mean,
The baby.
right?
I'm looking at him. He looks great.
I'm 82.
That's what.
That's nothing.
82, wow.
Yeah. That's why I said I want to.
You keep bringing these people here that are just fantastic, and I can only pray that I.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
82?
Yeah.
When I grow up.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well, you got a ways to go.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, Tom.
Well, I don't know either.
Tom,
yes, I'm sorry.
Doesn't look a day over 62 years old.
No, he's
Well,
looking
bless
good.
your heart.
And I'm telling you, I
Are
appreciate.
you recording any of this? Because I'd like to play it for my wife when I get.
Well, by the way, we're all over Wisconsin, and
That is so sweet.
Thanks to the great Duke Wright, who has passed away, for giving the green light, and Mr. McCarthy, who I love Jeff dearly. These are good people, and yes, I'm kissing their ass, but why? Because I love them. Because I love these people. Folks who believe in this ridiculous show that we do called Outlaw Radio, and they have persevered no matter how many rantings and ravings, and it's like, oh, those guys, I can't believe they said that. Take them off the air.
They've been with us for years.
And these folks say, no, they're staying. Because the heads of this company, they have bad taste, and for that,
they don't.
no, and I appreciate them for that. Yeah,
I think we should remember.
Yes,
somebody somewhere has to have bad taste.
Yes,
for our benefit.
And when Tom, if you've been with us for the last 18 minutes
I've
or so,
never heard of you people until today.
Oh my God!
When world famous Tom Murphy mentioned Larry, he was talking about Larry Lujak. One of the personalities that I have adored since I was a kid, and I mentioned this in the first hour or the second hour, that this man was all about attitude. And you don't have these personalities anymore. Rush Limbaugh, by the way, I'm not going to say stole, but took a lot of Larry Lujak.
He loved Larry.
And you could tell the whole...
But he would have never been there if my husband wasn't fired.
That was Larry Lujak. The crumpling of paper.
Yeah.
That's totally Larry. That was all Rush Limbaugh.
And a lot of times he was looking for something.
Yeah, right. Because see, that's the thing. With Larry Lujak, a radio star out of Chicago, that man, it was organic. So he was really looking for something. He was like, where the hell did Larry Lujak, where the hell did that go? Okay. So he found it. But Lori makes a good point. Sacramento, California.
Sacramento. Back in the day.
Explain.
So my late husband called the Chinaman a chink on the air, and he was fired.
By the way, we could be in trouble for that. Well, you're simply telling a story.
I'm recapturing a story. Yes, I am.
Okay, however you want to put that.
You captured it perfectly.
Yes, you did.
So my late husband was Morton Downey Jr. And
by the way, we don't
air.
condone calling even a Chinaman these days. You can't say that. You can't say the other C word.
So he was fired in Sacramento, and he said, okay, let me give you this great guy out of Kansas, Rush Limbaugh. And he brought him into Sacramento when he was fired, and he took over Morton Downey Jr.'s shift. And that is what started Rush Limbaugh's career.
How about that? How about that? Huh? Do you believe it?
He always used to refer to, for all you folks in Rio Linda.
Yes.
Yeah, and I guess that was a suburb or something of Sacramento.
Yes, of Sacramento.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, Lori, let's go to break right now. All right, a lot to get to with the world famous Tom Murphy.
You're going to have to hurry because my dinner is waiting.
No.
I finally got the German to cook for me.
Hey, by the way, we have barbecued ribs coming. Here.
I mean, you're kidding me.
No, I wouldn't make that up. More with Tattoo Dave, the great Elya Baskin, Mark C.G. Boyer, Lori Downey Jr. I will continue to be Magic Matt Allen.
Vision, dreams of passion. And all the while I think of you. A very strange reaction. The more I see, the more I do. Baby, tell your body to come along, but white lines blow away. Blow, rockin', blow. Ticket to ride, white line highway. Tell all your friends they can go my way. Pay your toll, sell your soul. Pound for pound, cost more than gold. The longer you stay, the more you pay. My white lines go a long way, either up your nose or through your vein, with nothing to gain except killing your brain. pure as the driven snow. And now I'm having fun, baby. It's getting kinda low. I need some one-on-one, baby. Don't let 'em blow your mind away, baby. Go deal it the highway, 'cause white lies blow away. Blow. A million magic crystals, painted pure and white. A multi-million dollars, almost overnight. Twice as sweet as sugar, twice as bitter as salt. And if you get hooked, baby, it's nobody else's fault, so don't do it. Higher, baby. Get higher, baby. Get higher, baby. And don't ever come down. Freebase. Get too high, baby. Turned you on. You really turn me on and on. My temperature is rising. When the thrill is gone. No, I don't want you to go. A street kid gets arrested. Gonna do some time. He got out 3 years from now just to commit more crime. A businessman is caught with 24 kilos. He's out on bail and out of jail, and that's the way it goes. Cane, sugar, cane. Athletes rejected, governors corrected. Gangsters, thugs, and smugglers are thoroughly respected. The money gets divided, the women get excited. Now I'm broke and it's no joke. It's hard as hell to fight. Don't buy it. Freeze. Rock. Freeze. Rock. Freeze. Rock. Freeze. Rock. Freeze. Rock.
My baby's the modest type. She don't go for fashion and all that hype. She's not a supermodel or a movie star. She's the lady with the big cigar. Hip, hip. She smokes them day and night. Hip, hip. She makes me feel alright. She's flirting with the fellas in a corner bar. She's the lady with the big cigar. My baby loves to swing. She jumps on the floor when I do my thing. She jams with the band playing rhythm guitar. She's the lady with the big cigar.
The dive bar at the end of the Walk of Fame. The cartilage left over in a bag of Popeye's chicken. Chronic talk from stars, would-be stars, wannabes, and people who just want to hear themselves talk. This is Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt Allen. What a boy would be if Siegfried and Roy had a son.
Oh, yeah, boy, I'll tell you, when we got the world-famous Tom Murphy, I want to talk this up and hit this post on 95 KJR. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. It's the only thing I do well. Stop talking before they start singing. That's it, Tom.
I never bothered with that. You know, if that wasn't done, I just turned them down. You know?
So you turned down the song?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I don't blame you.
I'm not done here. Hang on.
I love that. That's world famous
I used
Tom
to start
Murphy.
them over.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Pick up the needle and drop it back down.
Yeah.
I went a little too far.
The great movie star Elya Baskin is here. Wait, where are you? You seem to be out of town quite often, which means you are either video. You know, I love this overused. Oh, I'm filming. Hardly anyone films anymore. So you're videotaping probably TV shows. Or what are you doing these days, Elya Baskin?
Actually, I'm trying to survive. I mean, the whole year, it's really very upsetting.
It's tough.
No, it's yeah. Work-wise, it's okay. I did a couple of commercials. There is a film that I did a year ago, which never. They say it's coming out next 2 months.
Right.
Reagan, you know what?
Oh yeah. But which, by the way, I understand. Not just saying this because I love Elya. Understand, it's friggin' great.
It has a good cast.
Yes.
And it should be a good film, but they keep postponing it. I don't know why. What's the reason? And but hopefully it will be out this spring. I mean, 23. But the whole thing with Ukraine.
Yeah.
With this crazy mother.
Yeah.
Effer.
And then this is close to home for Elya Baskin,
very.
obviously.
No, it should.
Yes.
It should be close
to all of us.
To all of us, because I mean, you remember when Hitler first invaded Austria?
Yeah,
it was very easy to stop.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, the Europeans just didn't want to bother. They wanted peace. And they let him have it. And then he had more. He had Poland, he has Czechoslovakia. And the same thing is happening with Putin. And what Ukrainians are doing is absolutely great. And I'm surprised that a lot of Republicans.
Yeah.
I am too.
It's amazing. It's really amazing.
Yeah. I mean,
unfortunately amazing.
But go on, Elya, because you know.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying that this idiot, this maniac.
Yes.
Is killing innocent people, and today we're drinking Bloody Marys and
but it's not Russian vodka. I want you to know that it's not. No, this is from Holland.
Yeah,
it's true. It's true. I kid,
really?
I kid you not.
I thought you were going to say it was from Woodland Hills.
I kid you not. Bring me down a little bit, Laura. You got me a little hot there.
Yeah,
just a little. Yeah, Elya.
Lori
continue.
should be hot.
Yeah,
no,
she is.
Should be hot.
She is hot.
Lori
should be hot.
Well, that's lost in the translation.
Yeah,
okay,
you know that I love you, Lori.
Yeah.
I love you, Elya.
See?
Я люблю тебя.
Я люблю тебя.
Okay, hold on. What does that mean?
I love you in Russian.
Okay, all right. Okay.
That's right. That's very good.
I learned it.
Yeah. But the thing is that I don't know why our government is
so effed.
So I mean, they are helping, but they instead of helping Ukraine, just sending them the armaments that they need to win this war. I have no idea why they're doing little bit by little bit and not sending the stuff they know that could help them with.
Because Elya Baskin, you see this parallel between Adolf Hitler's Germany and what's going on today.
A lot of people see that.
Yeah.
I don't think our government wants to offend Putin, frankly.
But you know what? But you're 100% correct, Tom Murphy. You're 100% correct.
But there's a reason, it's
nuclear.
a huge chess game, and it's a reason, and it's collateral damage.
Well, do you
that's
think
the only possible.
Will we go to war with Russia?
No.
It would be devastating to everybody.
Yeah.
But he should be stopped.
He should be stopped.
We could nuke them, and that would be about it.
Where do you think we'd be today if Trump were still in office?
I don't think we'll have this war. We would.
Correct.
I don't think Putin would.
No, because you have two crazy guys.
That was what worked.
Yes, and it does work, and it worked with Reagan, and it certainly worked with Trump.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah. And
I don't think that Biden actually.
Oh, please.
Oh, he doesn't.
No.
Please.
He's just a figurehead. I mean, the people. It's the same team that Obama had. I mean, the same people running the country.
No, this is Obama's third term, and we all know this. We know, but we never thought that the third term of Obama could be this ugly. I mean, I never thought
he was pretty good at it.
Yeah, he was pretty damn good. Yeah.
Man, it's a shame. It's just a shame.
No, it's a shame because this United States of America is a great place, and it's And
of course, it's wonderful. Now you can choose. You want to be a woman, you're a woman.
Oh, jeez.
You want to be a man.
Oh, my God.
Ilya, have you been
Why the
back?
hell didn't I hear about that?
What happened to my mic?
What's the deal?
No, Ilya, here.
Yeah,
have you
you're
been
on.
back?
Huh?
Ilya, have you been back to Russia since this?
No. I don't think I'll ever go back. I don't have any desire to go back. It's just, you know what actually upsets me more than Putin himself? That's 70% of people supporting him. It's just unbelievable. I think it's...
Are they afraid not to?
That's what I was going to say.
Some of them, yes.
Yeah, I would think.
But a lot of them, they're fed with this propaganda, and it's not the country I want to see again in my lifetime.
Oh, gosh.
I heard...
that's sad. That's sad.
There was a guest
Tom Murphy.
I'm from Latvia.
just a
so-
quick thing.
Yeah.
There was a guest on Rush Limbaugh, and they were talking about Stalin. And the person was from Russia, and she said an awful lot of people, all this crap that was going on, didn't think Stalin knew about it. He wouldn't have allowed that, and that was how far down the...
That's absolute bullshit.
Well, that was what she said.
kidding.
And she was from Russia, and I wasn't, so I figured it out.
Yeah,
I better believe her.
But Tom Murphy, isn't it great to learn? Right? Yeah, because I'll tell you, Ilya Baskin knows. He knows.
Yeah, I don't claim to be a big expert. I'm just saying.
But it's fun.
I'm not a big expert either, but
you were there, man.
Of course, he knew, and of course, it was his orders, and everybody.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, that's. Maybe I didn't phrase that right. I don't know. No, I think some people didn't think that it was Stalin. I don't know who the hell they thought it was.
No, everybody was. I mean, when Stalin died. I mean, the whole country was in tears. And,
that's what I'm trying to say, I guess.
Yeah, and then next guy came in and said that Stalin was a bad guy, and everybody started, Stalin was a bad guy. I mean, that's kind of country.
But let me ask you this: What about Gorbachev? What about Gorbachev? What did you think about Gorbachev?
I loved him. I think he did very good thing, and they just people couldn't get used to being free. I mean, they need a strong czar. They need somebody who tells them what to do, and he had
a great tattoo, man, on his forehead.
Wasn't a tattoo, you nitwit.
What are you kidding? See,
no, he passed away last year.
Yeah. Yes, in this past year.
Yeah.
A lot of good people.
We lost some good people, and a dear friend of ours here on Outlaw Radio, Meatloaf.
I like him.
That was a great man.
Yeah.
That was a great man.
I liked him here when I was.
Yeah, you were on the show, so you know what a great man he was, and a beautiful guy. And he was one of us, meaning that he wasn't some dip ass lefty, man. He loved America.
He wasn't a what?
A dip ass lefty. Yeah.
I turned on the TV. I think it was yesterday morning, and I don't remember what channel it was, but it just started in Memoriam, whatever, in Memoriam, and it had to be 7 minutes long. They went month by month of who we lost this year, and it brought tears to my eyes.
Oh yeah, me too.
It was ridiculous.
Also,
yes.
Yeah.
Quite a few people died from COVID, right?
Well,
please.
Yeah, 12.
Here's the thing. They do attribute the COVID to people that did not die of this. It's a scam-a-lama ding-dong. Yes, Tom?
Well, one of my very best friends.
Yeah. What's going on with his mic, Lori? Work on it.
Oh,
please.
Anyway.
Yeah.
He's good.
Had no kidney function. He'd had 2 heart attacks. He got COVID from the guy next to him in the
hospital.
In the hospital.
Yeah.
And they said died of COVID.
Yeah,
of course.
He didn't die of COVID.
That's
at
also
all.
true. But I happen to know 3 people.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it happened.
That were absolutely healthy, and they know more.
Yeah. Well, they told you they were healthy. No, I don't know.
No,
I don't know your friends. I believe you. I believe you because you're not one of them. Ilya?
I'm not being weird, Ilya. But
yes, you are, Lori.
Okay.
You can't help it.
I can't help it.
Uh-huh.
I can't help it. So,
okay, it's the beginning of the year. Let's talk about something happy.
Lori, what?
But I just want to say that I had the COVID shot. What was that stupid thing I had done? The one shot.
Yeah,
the one shot.
Yeah.
And I never got so sick as I did. I never get sick.
It was a drive-through. By the way, I was driving.
Yes.
And I thought it was weird when they asked her to take down her pants. because I didn't know that
was
the
so
way.
brutal.
Same
That was
damn
so
thing
horrible.
happened to me.
Is that right?
I don't understand that.
I thought that was a very.
Did you go to the one in Northridge?
Yes. See, same thing, man.
And why did you give me balloons?
Yeah.
And a lollipop.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that? Your car is automatic, right?
It was a big lollipop.
As a matter of fact, yes. But I do know how to drive a stick. But yes. And so Lori was given this particular injection on this day.
Moderna, what was it?
The one and only.
Made her sick as hell.
I was so sick.
The next day, right?
No, right away.
Oh.
My hand swelled up. Matt took me to the HMS Bounty. I was telling him I was feeling so sick.
Right.
It got worse. My hand
And then
started swelling.
it affected her, in fact, over
was
the
2
past
weeks.
couple of years.
Yeah, no, well, it was 2 weeks. It was 2 weeks that it really affected me. I couldn't work. I couldn't do anything. I was so very sick.
That was
And I don't
Johnson
get
and
sick.
Johnson?
Yes.
Yeah.
What was it?
and
Johnson and Johnson.
Yeah.
That was the one.
And Tom, you don't have to call me Johnson or Johnson. Yes.
You doesn't have to call me.
Right.
You doesn't have to call me.
Yeah. Yes.
And I'm not discounting the people that actually got COVID and got sick from it. But what I'm saying is, if I didn't have to get this shot, only because I had to travel, and back in the day,
It was because of her business.
You don't know how much I fought to not get that shot.
I
And
haven't
because of
had
my
it.
business.
I haven't had it.
Ilya's business.
Yeah.
And so I got that shot, and I would never get the booster. I would never do anything because that was so bad. It affected my eyes. It affected everything. I had headaches that I never had before. Now I have, what do I have, Matt? I have something.
I don't know, but I'd like to see it right now.
The only
right
after
this
effect,
second.
the only after effect I had after the booster, it was the sudden burst of anti-Semitism.
Is that right? So self-loathing, right?
God.
Okay, Elya.
No, I stole this line from Mel Brooks. So,
Okay.
but I thought it was great.
The thing that bothered me about the vaccine was how many years did it take him to get a smallpox vaccine?
Right.
How about a gazillion years?
That's what bothered everybody.
Yeah.
It was just.
They got this in 15 minutes.
No,
Give me a break.
These are not vaccines. In fact, they changed the definition of vaccine. I mean, you do the math.
Yeah, usually it takes years to.
You do the math.
What I mean,
And here it's 6 months.
When the CDC changes the definition of vaccine,
fine, isn't it?
you know
you're in trouble.
You know something's wrong. We'll be this after back on Outlaw Radio.
This time's gotta stop. Enough is enough. I can't take this BS any longer. It's gone far enough. You wanna claim my soul? You'll have to come and break down this door. I knew that something was going on wrong when you started laying down the law. I can't move my hands. I break out in sweat. I wanna cry. Can't take it anymore. This time's gotta stop. Enough is enough. I can't take this BS any longer. It's gone far enough. You wanna claim my soul? You'll have to come and break down this door. I've been around a long, long time, seen it all, and I'm used to being free. I know who I am, try to do what's right. So lock me up, throw away the key. But this time's gotta stop. Enough is enough. I can't take this BS any longer. It's gone far enough. You wanna claim my soul? You'll have to come and break down this door. Thinking of my kids, what's left of them, and then what's coming down the road. light in the tunnel could beat a southbound train. Lord, please help them below. This side's gotta stop. Enough is enough. I can't take this BS any longer. It's gone far enough. You wanna claim my soul? You'll have to come and break down this door. This side's gotta stop. Enough is enough. I can't take this BS any longer. It's gone far enough. You wanna claim my soul? You'll have to come and break down this door.
My baby's the modest type. She don't go for fashion and all that hype. She's not a supermodel or a movie star. She's the lady with the big cigar. Hey, hey! She smokes them day and night. Hey, hey!
This is Outlaw Radio.
So, do we think this woke crap is going to lose steam in 2023? The good news is Disney lost $123 billion in market value in 2022. $123 billion, dropping 44%. Worst year since '74.
Good.
That should give you some sort of a sense that maybe this woke crap is going away. And this is both sides of the aisle. We were talking about this earlier. Democrats, Republicans, the smart-thinking Democrats, the smart-thinking Republicans, I think they're sick and tired of this woke crap. If you're a woman, you're a woman. You're a man, you're a man. I can't take this anymore. Burl, are you a man or are you a woman? I understand that legendary Burl Bear, raised on records, born to rock and roll, just walked into this 1876 Virginia City, Nevada style bar to say hi to the man that worked with this man. Well, he's sort of your mentor a little bit, right?
Yeah. Well, Burl was doing pretty well before I came along.
Yeah, he was? Okay, legendary Burl Bear, one of the great radio personalities of the great Pacific Northwest, Tom Murphy, and I know of Tom Murphy through Burl Bear. Really? Burl has talked about you for years, not knowing your brilliance until we had that extended phone call about a week ago, Tom. and then it's like, oh yeah, Burl's not lying about this. Yeah. He lies about everything else, but not about world famous Tom Murphy. And you have a legendary Burl Bear story.
Well, there's several, you know.
Well,
those are incriminating.
Yeah. No. We were doing a telethon, God knows what for, some awful disease.
Hospital.
Hey, Burl, get closer. Yeah. Get closer to
get in. Get on camera on.
Get closer to Dave.
By the way, if you want to see this, Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube, you will see Burl, you'll see Tom, you'll see Elya Baskin, Tattoo Dave, Lori Downey Jr.
Thank God I put in my partials.
No, Burl. I mean, for a lady his age, I mean, he looks.
Oh
great.
my God, yes. No, he's a sweet looking poontang. You bet.
We don't need that.
Okay. Are you sure? Are you sure? Okay. So what's
pretty good Paul Lynn for
No, not bad at all. Tom.
Story. Anyway, Burl and I are on a telethon in Seattle, and God love him. He gets on, and now they got a nice clothes. I'm standing there, and Burl says, I know a lot of you paraphrasing, obviously. You know, a lot of you people have been saving your money to send your boys and girls to college.
Right.
Well, that's very good, but actually, what I hope is you would withdraw that money right now and send it to whatever.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That sounds like Burl.
Oh, it was Burl, all right. I was aghast, which is not easy to do.
Thunderstruck.
Yeah, and thunderstruck and set up back on my heels. You know.
So there is a story that Tom said, hey, Burl, tell this story. Now this is why I know Burl Bear knows this story, because Tom, unbeknownst to you, Burl Bear has told me this story probably 6 or 7 times over the last several years about you in the back seat. Is this ringing a bell?
Oh no!
It's like no. This is about hold on. This is about a car race. This is about a break you did on the radio.
Yes.
And you're talking about I believe a radio TV commercial.
No.
Okay. But
let him stumble around.
Yeah, hold on, Tom. Tom, just work with me on this. Okay. Something to the effect that everyone agrees on whatever this radio station is.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a TV commercial promoting this. Okay, so explain it.
Well, I'm on KFI, which was god awful at that point.
Wait, KFI here in L.A.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They were still music. Well, God knows what the hell they were playing. But it was alleged to be music.
Yeah.
And anyway, the program director had the IQ of a grape.
Of course.
Ken Cole, in case anyone runs into him. Run.
Yeah.
But he had like a loose leaf binder of all this insipid shit, that we were supposed to be doing.
Right.
And so I'm doing the best I can because I need a job. I'm cute and smart and all that, but I still need to work.
Of course, yes.
So anyway, I get to one. We're the station everybody in the car can agree on.
Right.
And I wanted to try to punch it a little bit. So I said, except for the kid in the back seat with purple hair, he thinks we suck.
Yeah.
And I Ken Cole, the genius, I don't think heard it, or he probably would have. Oh yeah. But he called and he said, "Are you doing the liners?" Of course, I hadn't done one all show. Of course I am, Ken. They're here. Why wouldn't I?
So so understand this. So the statement on the station was, we're the radio station that
everybody in the car can agree on.
Which, by the way, just another insipid, stupid thing.
They were all insipid.
That would never come from a real person talking on the radio. It had to be made up by some programming idiot stick.
Yeah. May I share a Kent Burkhart story? Everybody knows that name.
Okay, hold on a second.
I don't hold on.
Man. No, you have to, but because on YouTube we're going to hear and see this story, but on our terrestrial radio stations, I want to thank Lori Downey Jr. Happy New Year, hon.
Happy New Year.
And Tattoo Dave, Elya Baskin, love you. World famous Tom Murphy, Mark C.G. Boyer, our HR man out there cooking our ribs. That's Billy Dilly. I will continue to be
not pork.
What?
And the great Burl Bear.
And the great legendary Burl Bear.
Raised on records, born to rock and roll.
Born to rock and roll, which makes for a lumpy crib. I will continue to be Magic Matt Allen, and my dear, dear friend who created the Magic Castle in Hollywood, California, these words of wisdom so many years ago. Don't forget, bumblebees can't fly.
Every day for supper time, she'd go down by the truck patch and pick her mess of poke salad, carry it home in a tote sack. Poke salad, Annie. The gator's got your granny. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Everybody said it was a shame, 'cause her mama was working on ting ting. Richard spiteful, raise a toast moment. Lord, I must pick my mess up.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, okay, Todd, this is for our friends on YouTube. And by the way, keep the headphones on.
Well, I'm tired of it.
No, I understand. Believe me.
Oh, you have a really good voice in the headphones.
Oh, I do?
Are you equalizing them or anything?
Yeah, well, see what happens? Oh, this is professional 1876 Virginia City, Nevada style radio.
Wasn't that where Haas Cartwright was?
Oh yeah, big time. Well, that was Lake Tahoe, but
no, it was.
Well, that's where they built the other.
Yeah,
Ponderosa.
Okay.
Actually, they built it in Burbank too.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. They most certainly
You can
did.
tell when they come in real slow on the horses.
But world famous Tom Murphy.
Yes.
You were talking about Poke Salad Annie, and you were talking about the fact that he was pronouncing a word because we love that song. We always end the show with that song.
Well, he says it was a moccasin.
Right.
And he said it was a mossican.
Mossican?
But he was, Billy Joe Turnman or whatever the hell his name was. So it didn't really matter.
Billy Joe Turnpike. Yeah. So here we have two radio legends. We have a film legend. We have a man that has been in the film industry for many, many years in tattoo. Babe, Tattoo Babe, Mark C.G. Boyer, who's a legend in his hot tub, and Lori Downey Jr. Coming into the new year. I'm sure she has huge parties to get to ring in the new year, right, Laura? Huge parties? No? Well, then right here. Here's the party. The fact that these two radio legends are on one radio show and we're
wait a minute, three. We got three.
Oh, what?
Magic Matt Allen.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
he's a myth, not a legend.
Yeah. See, that's Burl Barrett.
He's magic.
I heard you when you first replaced somebody on Kiss FM. I remember that.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, sure.
Well, then you should have said to yourself, "Man, that guy's good," didn't you? You did.
I was at Transtar at the time, and nobody was good there, including me.
Yeah, he did say trans.
He did.
But the fact that we have these legends, and it is captured on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube. Now, do I say that because of ego? No, that is our moniker, and you must punch it in that way to watch us on YouTube. Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. Burl, Tom, how many years has it been since you two have seen each other? And I hope it's many, so this is significant. It's not going to be.
We were at the Old Farts Club reunion.
Oh, the get-together in Seattle.
That's right. Yeah.
That was about 3-4 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't make the last couple.
Me neither.
I'm not.
They could have lied. They could have said it's been 40 years.
I haven't seen you in 33 years.
Yeah, but no.
Well, we worked together in 71 and 72.
Yeah.
Tom, I came back from L.A. to KOL in November of 71.
Tom, Burl has tooted your horn, Tom, for all the years I've known Burl, and I was sort of unaware of you, except some air checks here and there where you said some funny crap, some funny shit.
I didn't.
See, I can say
shit.
that now.
I did funny material.
It was just you funny bones.
But
yeah, Mr. Funny Bones.
But Burl, so anyone who is a fan of yours, of Burl's capacity. Well, wait a second. I should rephrase that. What the hell's going on with this mic? It's the weather. Condensation does not work in L.A. By the way, L.A. looks the worst when it's raining.
Yeah, it's ugly.
But you are 100% correct, Burl. This man is one of the great radio guys of all time. And I thank you for expressing that over the years. Because, what do I know? I thought M.G. Kelly was friggin' brilliant. Okay?
How about
that settles that.
What?
How about Rondo?
I'm telling you.
I'll tell you the guy who recognizes talent is Tom Murphy. 1965, August of 65.
What happened?
I'm driving from Walla Walla, Washington to Seattle. I'm listening to Tom Murphy on what was KNEW, Channel 79.
Yeah.
KJRB. He's on in midday. And
I was actually doing morning drive.
Yeah, whatever it was morning, midday, whatever. I get to Seattle, do something, because I'm going to go to college, turn on the radio to KJR, there's Tom Murphy.
Yeah.
He was on KDW in the morning, KJR in the afternoon.
Connie and I threw everything we owned in the trunk of the 1964 Pontiac Grand Prix, still my favorite car.
Yeah.
All these years later, and we drove over, and I got there in the rain at 5, the shittiest weather, and then I went out and met Larry.
Yes.
He was so funny. He says, all the ATs are there, all this is here, I got to go.
I called him up and said, I listened to you on the way up to Seattle. I'm listening to you now. Can I come out and meet you? And you said yes. So I came out to KJR, and you asked me what I knew about radio because I'm like 18 years old. I told you about working at the 250-watt powerhouse KTEL in Walla Walla, variety station, reading the meters and all that stuff. And we chatted a while, and you said, remember this, very strange, get all sentimental. He said, a lot of people come out here and talk about wanting to be in radio and wanting to be on the air. I don't pay much attention to them. But I can tell when someone really will do it. You're one of those.
Oh, no kidding.
How about that?
No kidding.
I have no recollection of that, but I'm proud.
Boy, I do. I remember that because that was so encouraging to me.
Oh.
And then when I scammed my way into doing filling in on KJR when Big Jim Martin went on vacation.
Yeah, well, that's what we said.
Yeah. And what's his name didn't show up.
Yeah.
And they put me on the air because I happened to be there after hours when I wasn't supposed to be.
No, you were fine. Sounded good. I remember Jim used to drink a lot, of course.
And
he
take
used to gamble
amphetamines
a
at the same
lot.
time.
Huh?
And take amphetamines with the alcohol.
Yeah, he was. I was turning it over to him on Saturday. He's going 6 hours, and he said, "Well, I never go on without a co-pilot." He took the Benny or whatever the hell.
No kidding. No kidding.
Never goes on without a co-pilot.
I happened to show up at JR about midnight after doing finals. I was really tired, but I wanted to stop in and see Big Jim. And he wasn't there. He'd gone on vacation. They were waiting for what's his name to come in, fill in for him.
Who was it?
Whoever came fill in.
Chuck Ellsworth? No.
Yeah, Ellsworth.
Was it?
Something like that. Anyway, Jerry Kay is on the vocal. Where is this guy Ellsworth? Well, he didn't know he was supposed to come in. And I'm just kind of getting ready to leave because Jim was there. He goes, "Hey, Burl." So what is it? You got a first-class license, don't you? I said, yeah. Well, you better get in there. Your first record's ending. That's how I got on KJR.
I have to interject here. This is radio as I know it. As a kid, I caught the tail end of great friggin' broadcasting. I was there for this tail end of incredible people on the radio. And this crazy shit that you hear bandied about is true. It's true. We're talking about nutbags. I mean, a lot of crazy Tom, a lot of crazy bastards. When Burl says the record's about to end, you're on the air, he's not making this up.
No, Jerry Kay, better get in there, your first record's ending.
This is the way it was. I mean, I did a 12-hour shift one time on KJR because the guy just didn't show up.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah. And by the way, I'm, what am I, 17 years old. I loved it. Give me 24 hours. A Hostess
They
fruit.
would have if
They would have.
Yeah.
25 an hour, they'd do it.
A Hostess fruit pie and a ton of coffee, I can stay on for days. That was my drug, by the way. Coffee and cherry fruit pies.
Apples were better.
I sort of veered toward the cherry.
They were only 15 cents. You could load up.
But this is apples and oranges. Well, apples and cherries is what this is.
Remember, I got the gold record for Nights in White Satin.
Yes.
Because we didn't have a record long enough for me to get some action in the girls' restroom from a groupie. So I brought that from home and played it. And at the end of the week, program director Robin Mitchell called into his office and goes, "You've been playing a song that's not an oldie. It's not a newie. It's not on our playlist. It doesn't even exist at the station. You've been playing it every night. I would fire you right now, except it's our most requested record." KJR just went on it. And they're re-releasing it as a single.
Did you get it out of the FM?
No, I brought it from home. They didn't have it either.
I'm sorry.
I had an acetate.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Nights in White Satin.
Wow. So I got the gold record for Nights in White Satin.
Do you believe that? I mean, yeah.
That's just looking at a little head.
Did you ever MC Led Zeppelin or anything?
Oh, I MC just about everybody and their dog.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I did in L.A., which was kind of interesting.
Well, yeah, I did all the ones in Seattle.
But I'm backstage with Robert Plant.
Yeah.
And he's I mean, I know he's nuts, but he's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, we're talking about muscle cars, and he wants to know if I know what a GTO is. Well, yeah. But he was great. He was great fun. And Jimmy Page walked by, and his eyes looked like two piss holes in snow. So
interviewed Jim Morris in 1969, July. He says, "You're not from Rolling Stone, are you?" And I said, "No." He goes, "Good. I don't talk to them. They gave my latest single a bad review. I'll talk to you, though." So he says, "I'll tell you something. We're not into this whole rock star adulation BS." He says, "I don't like that at all. We just like to hang out with our fans. We were just in La Grande, Oregon. And we went out and did this, that, and the other." And I said, "Oh, that." So he's just going on and on about how he just despises this thing of, idolizing rock stars. We're just, guys in a band.
That's interesting.
I remember I met him at Hair. He was in the audience when
Jim Morrison.
Jim Morrison, yeah. And he was fucked up there watching Hair. You had to be kind of, you have to be kind of straight for Hair.
Someone actually has a picture of this, which they showed me, which was embarrassing, at the Satsop Tin Cup races or whatever it was, the Tenino Rock Festival. Graham Parsons, the Flying Burrito Brothers, gave me a hit of what we call Dubček's Revenge. It was acid.
LSD.
Oh,
yeah.
gosh,
wow.
And he wanted me to introduce the band, but I was underneath the stage hallucinating. So he came and found me. Burl, come on, get up on stage. I want you to introduce the band. So they helped me get up the stairs through the Paisley.
By the way, this might explain a lot about Burl right now.
Oh, yeah.
I get up on stage. It was a double-wide stage.
Oh, yeah.
They're all ready to play. I get up in front of the mic. We go, "All right, ladies and gentlemen, Flying Burrito Brothers." And they start playing. I did not leave the stage.
Oh, no.
I walked over and just leaned on Graham Parsons' piano, looking at him with a big smile for the entire set.
God, that's funny.
He thought it was
Those are
Did you know? Hey, Tom, God darn it.
Mr. Murphy will do, yes. Yes, that's fine, too.
Yeah. World famous Tom Murphy. Were you aware that Burl Bear, this man sitting here in the Lighten Up Lounge, this 1876 Virginia City, Nevada style bar, almost had sexual relations with Tina Turner? Do you know about this?
Well, that would have been yes, that would have been.
She'll never remember, I'll never forget.
Okay, Burl.
Yes.
Come on.
1969, July, backstage, Gold Creek Dome.
I think it was Jack Nicholson who said having sex with Britney Spears would have been an enlightening experience. You old horn dog.
I love that.
Oh, my God.
I love that.
Santa Claus used to come out here. What's his name?
From
John Hill.
Who?
John Hill.
John Hill.
Yeah.
Oh.
John Hill. Okay, we're good friends for years.
Who was in that?
Calls me up at
Crosby,
home at
Stills,
night.
and Nash.
Right, I'm up in Seattle. He's down here. God, this is that damn. What's her name? Not Christina Applegate. The other one. Famous. Hot chick.
Wait a second.
Christina Applegate was about as good as it got.
Yeah, well,
There was several.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, may I include, because I know Christina, one of the most beautiful gals on the planet,
Ever.
from the inside out.
Ever.
Just the sweetest gal ever.
Bro, did you ever meet Bobby Applegate, the record guy?
No.
That was her dad.
Wait, I want to know who.
Oh, no,
Anyway,
no kidding.
Well, I'll think of her name in a minute. Anyway, she's gorgeous.
From?
Huh?
TV, movies, TV, all that stuff.
Heather Locklear.
No, better than that. Anyway, just damn it, she showed up again at 4 in the morning, wanted to have sex. And so I think he's BSing me, right? Because he's, like 80 years old and she's, 20, 22, something like that, gorgeous. She shows up drunk, wanted to have sex with me, like 4 in the morning. I said, why? Well, because we did years ago when she was like underage or something.
Oh, wow.
And I think he's kidding. He's showing me pictures of her, which I figure he's taken off the internet. And this happens like 3 or 4 times. And then, he gets married to this woman. I happen to mention the name of this girl, and his wife goes, "That little bitch, she was up here at 4 in the morning wanting to have sex with John." It was true.
But
I want to know who.
get back.
Think of her name.
Hold on, get back to the Tina Turner story.
Oh, Tina Turner.
Yes.
So Ike and Tina and I, and we're talking backstage at Gold Creek Dome at the Seattle Pop Festival, and Tina pulls her wig off and puts her hand under the table and starts feeling me up under the table.
Wow.
Tina.
Meanwhile, I'm with my friend Nancy, who's very good
Was
looking.
not feeling you up.
Red hair and big breastettes.
Yeah.
And Ike just has got his eyes locked on those.
Oh.
And he's hitting on her like crazy. And Tina's feeling me up under the table. She goes, "You should come to the University Motel, room 210, at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, and I will give you an in-depth interview you'll remember for the rest of your life."
Wow.
Because you are, squeeze, a cute young boy.
Wow.
And I said,
You always were. I said.
yeah, I said, "Miss Turner," I
Cause a
said,
little trouble there.
that's very exciting, but I don't want Ike here chasing me around the motel room with a straight razor. She says, "Oh, he'll be very busy with your little friend Nancy." She says, "We have separate rooms for this sort of thing."
Oh,
Hey, how about that,
Now,
Dave?
I'm supposed to be on the air at 2 o'clock
Just
tomorrow
going out on
afternoon.
YouTube to all of
Yes.
America.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
right now, live.
I'm on the phone calling Dick Curtis, our program director, general manager, whatever the hell he was at the time.
Well, both, actually.
Both, yeah. And I cannot get hold of him. I was if I could get hold of Curtis, tell him I can have sex with Tina Turner. If you'll cover my show, I'll tell you all about it. He'd do it, right? Can't get hold of it.
Oh,
So I said,
damn.
Tina, I said, "How about if we do it now and just get it over with?" She said,
Did you go in his office?
Yeah, on the floor where he complained about that.
If I'd be Matt Allen, I would call my lawyer now.
Yeah, of course.
So we didn't get to do it.
Yeah, we were.
But Nancy did go with Ike. So now that she's a grandmother, because that was 1969, years later, I see her, I go, "Hey, Nancy, how was it with Ike Turner?" She gets all embarrassed.
But they did it though.
Yeah.
They did it, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Tom.
Yes.
Did you have sex with a famous person?
And how many times?
Your wife's listening.
No.
Well, I got married I was a kissing when I met Connie, and I thought,
wow.
it's going to be pretty hard to beat this one.
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
no kidding.
So we got married in Coeur d'Alene. God, what a shithole that place is.
I've been there. I've been there.
The Doors liked it.
Yeah. What?
The Doors liked it.
Oh, well, the Doors.
With the fans.
Yeah. No, we got married in Coeur d'Alene, and that was 57 years ago.
I'll be a son of a gun. God bless you, man.
Well,
God
we don't
bless you.
talk a lot, but I think helps.
Yeah, that helps. You
see
can't
some
argue if you
asshole on
don't
TV,
talk.
You should communicate and bullshit.
No, don't talk to him.
No.
That's what my son,
that'll
my
end the
autistic
marriage.
son, said. I wouldn't mind having a wife as long as I didn't have to sleep with her or talk to her too often.
Oh, jeez.
Well, that would work.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what you share with David Gates from Bread.
I know him. Yeah. I'm married.
You are both married for 57 years.
You're shitting me, really?
You and David Gates, who P.S. Good Tulsa, Oklahoma guy.
What did he say?
But Tulsa, Oklahoma. He's from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Oh, that's
David
okay.
Gates.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong
I
with
don't
that.
have that against him.
But he has lived in the Great Pacific Northwest, bought a ranch in Mount Vernon years ago, and lives there today. But the same number of years, Tom Murphy, he has been married to the same woman. And that is a miraculous event in this day and age. And so when I say God bless you, I mean it from the bottom of my heart.
I'm going to tell Red that you said that.
Is that what you call her?
Yeah, well, she's got red hair.
She's very red hair.
She
And
gets
she's
a little...
terrified of birds.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yes. Oh, you remember that?
Oh, hell yes.
Yeah.
We went to the Baha'i House of Worship in Wilmette.
Yeah.
You know, the big, gorgeous temple. And there's birds, flying.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
She's freaking out.
One attacked her when she was a little girl.
That'll do it.
Flew down and...
Did you ever take her to the Alfred Hitchcock movie?
Oh, yeah.
By the way,
I took her to Alfred Hitchcock, yeah.
by the way, the worst ending of any movie ever. Just a terrible ending.
Oh, birds?
Oh, it was awful. It was awful. It was stupid. I know they wanted to reshoot it, but what are you gonna do?
Hey, the sequel to Devil's Rejects was a disappointment.
Hey, sir, because we have you three.
You guys are going to sit here bullshitting. I'm starving.
No,
I got up early.
eat some food. But Elya Baskin, please recoil us and recount some of your radio stories.
Are those little ones? What are those? Those are beef, aren't they?
I think they're horse.
I don't think I have many.
No, I know.
Most of my radio stories are
From here.
From here.
From here.
Hey,
love
Tom, I got a story for you.
that. Okay.
Oh, God,
Burl
no.
Bear.
Okay, it's the basketball game, KJR versus KYAC. for charity.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I played on both teams because I was working at both radio stations.
Yeah, that was where I met you, wasn't it?
So the first half I played for KJR, second half I played KYAC, vice versa. Anyway, I pick up this girl at the basketball game. And we go back to my place, which was a small room with bunk beds in it. I paid $40 a month for with Alan Goldblatt. We're on the bunk, we're making out. She looks up at me and says, "Hurt me." A real man would know how to hurt me. I'm 18 years old, just came from Walla Walla, Washington. I've never had a woman say, "Hurt me." So I look her in the eye.
You just said I'm a Democrat.
Yeah. No, I said, wait a few years, I'll become a Republican, you'll really be pissed off. So what I did was, looked her right in the eye, very seriously, and I said, "You don't know how to access rice."
That's awful.
Yeah, I know.
I'm appalled and offended, but I'm going to eat anyway.
Still hungry.
How do you get a fork? What, you got to know somebody?
That really hurt her. I didn't know how to access.
Yeah, and we do have accessories for the food. We do have forks. We really do.
Where are they, Mark?
Yeah.
What? They're
Where
under
are the forks?
They're under the table.
Really?
That's always a good place.
No.
Just like Dorothy, what's her name, from the table in New York.
Do you mean the...
yes, the round table. Dorothy.
It wasn't called
Dorothy Parker.
Dorothy Parker.
Dorothy Parker.
Dorothy Parker.
The Algonquin? Was that
Algonquin.
Yes.
The Algonquin round table. One more drink and I'll be under the host.
Yes.
Yeah.
I went to that.
Earl, I'm 82 and I'm just sharp as, you know.
Yeah, well, whatever it is, you were sharp as.
I'm doing my Biden. You know the thing. God, you fucking moron.
Yeah, the thing.
The thing.
Here's the thing. Here's the deal.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Forks. You are a good person. I'm going to remember you in my will.
No, he's not.
I'll have to take my granddaughter out, but hey.
Is he a good person?
If she's old enough to know
Good.
better.
You deserve it.
My granddaughter.
The book I wrote that you were in, Ilya.
Throwing me
book
under
of
the bus,
fiction,
you
but you're in the
deserve
book. As you.
Good.
Playing yourself.
Good.
I'll eat it.
Give it
Has
up,
yet to
bitch.
be published because Paramount
Give it up,
acquired
bitch.
all the rights to the Saint,
What?
even though I have a contract to write 3 Saint
Want me to
books.
get you something?
Yeah,
And
I know.
so I don't know if it'll ever be published.
Yeah.
But if it is published,
Absolutely
there
not.
you are playing yourself
I use my fingers and
on Broadway
Right to my door.
Yep.
It's like,
in a hit play.
Let me just say that, in fact, I am saying this. I am so happy Burl did not leave. I'm glad that you are here.
Oh, he left.
Oh, he did.
Yeah,
But-
I would have been back sooner.
But
went to Walla Walla and he got back.
Walla Walla and came
Baby's
back.
got back.
But I will tell you, hey, Burl Bear, this does my heart good. This reunion with a man, because Burl was sort of my guy that I looked up to when I was a kid.
Till he met me.
And no. I will listen. Yeah, it'd be funny to go with that, but no. When I met him, I thought, as I brought to Tom's attention a few hours ago, I said, Burl, wasn't he this dapper son of a bitch? Always dressed in the blazer, always looked friggin' great, and articulate beyond belief. And could cut a 6-hour show in 7.5 minutes.
President Astronaut, boy.
Yeah, because we used to cut our show. We were way ahead of the curve on cutting shows, meaning just voice tracking and then sticking them into the songs. We were doing that in 1979, 1980 at, as Pat O'Day would say, KYX, because he was drunk or cocained out, and by the way, God bless his friggin' soul, man. That man, the P.T. Barnum of programming. I mean, Elya, these were the guys that built great radio. And these two worked for Pat, and this little kid over here, who was the little kid, worked for Pat O'Day in Seattle. And he fired me, and he fired me, and then so Burl, a few years later, put him on the phone, and he said, Matt, I'm sorry for firing you so many years ago when you were only 17 years old, but I have to tell you, I'm on the phone to fire you again. It's true. That is true. And God love him, man. God love him.
He had a great theory. He would let you do 5 bits that sucked. They figured maybe the 6th one would be dynamite.
See, by the way, smart program.
Oh, yeah.
Smart. Smart.
5.5 years, Pat called me once.
And you worked for him at KJR?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. For years, right?
No, it was 5.5 years at Kiss.
That's a long time, man.
And I worked for Pat.
Yeah.
I had 2 jobs in 11 years. Then I went to KRLA.
That's incredible.
Then I had about 4 jobs in 6 months.
Yeah, but what world famous Tom Murphy just said is an anomaly in radio. Working for 2 companies for 11 years, that's incredible.
It was kind of, I don't know.
Yeah.
I was having a good time at Kiss, and then I think I'll go to L.A. That was real bright. I had no job, nothing going on. So shortly thereafter, I think I'll go to Seattle. I need a knife.
Yeah,
Lori Downey Jr. just mentioned he, meaning you, Tom Murphy. You remind her of someone from NBC. Who? Wait. WNBC? Oh, Don Imus. Oh, yeah. He does have some Don Imus. Yes.
You put a cowboy hat on?
Yeah, put a cowboy hat on him. Don Imus, yeah.
Well, the secret of Pat O'Day, Tom, is if you ever quit, if you ever walk out on him, you own him.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Totally see
Because
it.
I did.
Totally
Well,
see
I did technically. I said I didn't walk out. I quit to go to KRLA. Not a smart move.
Well, see, Dick Curtis, who was, of course, Pat O'Day's best friend,
Yeah.
was programming KOL, the competing station. Curtis offered me a job. I asked Pat O'Day's advice, which is a political move.
Yeah.
Should I go to work for the competition and your best friend? Burl, you have to consider in the long run what station's going to be the best for your career, etc., etc. And I said, okay. Well, Pat, you helped me make up my mind. Because based on my experience and what I know, no weekender at KJR has ever gone to full time. You bring in someone from KJRB in Spokane.
Right.
Well, that was halfway true, sadly.
Yeah. So I said, therefore, being that Curtis is offering me full time, I'm leaving. Well, as soon as he had it open, when Father Duffy hit a train.
Thank you. Oh, my God, yeah.
He drove right into the flatbed train.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh,
God, he's lucky he wasn't killed.
Wow.
He couldn't see the flat cars.
Wow.
Yeah.
He just drove right into it.
Oh, yeah.
Could you grab me a rib?
Right.
So he drove into that flat car, and I get a phone call from Pat O'Day. Burl, haven't you always dreamed of being full-time on the Mighty 95?
Oh, here.
Yes, Pat.
So, Burl, what was your first shift
I
there?
got headphones on. I don't even
First shift, first
bless your heart.
was I filled in when Big Jim went on vacation because I happened to be there.
Yeah.
And Pat called up and said, could you do it every night for the next 2 weeks?
Yeah.
And then when Father Duffy then he asked me to do weekends, Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
And then Father Duffy got hit by a train.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
And that's when he called
he
up
hit
and
the
said,
train, actually.
haven't you always dreamed of being on the Mighty 95? That was after KOL had gone country western. Tragic story.
A tragic story.
It was a tragic story. Tom playing Indian.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. That was funny. Pat was kind of funny with me. He never really quite... He knew I was getting 40 shares, so he figured that out. That wasn't not that much, but 21.
I think I was at... whatever,
but he said,
the heck of that station
he
was.
said, I worked with Tom endlessly to prepare. But he said it was just always in his head.
Yeah,
It was.
yeah.
You know that, Burl, like...
Who?
Pat said that about me.
He was always what?
It's always in Tom's head.
Somebody asked him about me, and Pat said, I worked with Tom, trying to get him to prepare. Said, worked and worked and worked. But it was always in his head.
Yep.
I would write it down in the book. Like after that was pretty good. I'll write that down.
Billy, thank you for cooking.
Thanks, Billy.
Joey.
Thank you, Billy. You're a genius.
Billy,
I'm going. I was dodging raindrops.
Happy New Year.
This is Millie's?
Happy New Year, Dave.
Millie's restaurant?
Happy New Year.
I'm Billy.
Oh, I thought
Billy,
you
he's
said
Billy
Millie's. Oh,
Pleasure.
Dave, I'm not going to shake your hands. They're messy. But Happy New Year, my friend.
Nice. Great to see you. My buddy Tom Hodgins owns several radio stations, including one in Walla Walla, KUJ, 5,000 watts. And I was doing an afternoon drive. It's officially supposed to be out of the Tri-Cities, Baskin, Kennewick, Richland.
Hey, you be safe.
And the guy who's the main dude
Glad you were
there
here, Dave.
at the whatever the hell you call it, interconnect or whatever, where they combine their stations together.
chain.
Says, this Burl Bear is too old to be on the air. Playing the hits for the kids.
Never too old.
They never too old to rock and roll. Then they get their ARB, whatever the hell they get. I had a 53 share. So I think we were a little hasty.
Yeah. I mean,
They were just.
They don't know.
There were a lot of morons.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Morons.
Wait, there were?
They
Well,
are.
I'm not in there anymore, so I don't care.
Yeah, but Tom, more today than at any time in the past.
But what?
I mean, the creativity is absolutely, it's vanished. It is just gone. It sucks.
No big deal, man. Let's talk about it during the year. I mean, it's just 2 hours.
It's like never ending. It's perfect. And the timing is correct.
Let's go back to it. But I'll be honest with you, I vaguely remember that. Okay.
What are we talking about? Can we talk about this on the show?
We're talking about some show that we were thinking about
Back in the day.
back in the day.
Yeah.
Then for some reason it didn't materialize.
Well, a lot of
Queen
that
for a
happened.
day with, what was his name, Ed Barker or something?
By the way, get on that mic, Elya. When's the last time you talked to Michael Hershenson? Because I talked about him last Saturday on the show, and a weird friggin' email he sent me about what's her name from not Cheers, Friends, and her droopy eye or her lazy eye or her dry eye. Remember
No
that,
idea what
Lori?
you're talking about. Okay.
Did he send you that email?
No.
It's very weird. Jennifer Aniston had a dry eye, and Michael Hershenson, who, by the way, ran the biggest casting company here in L.A., the casting company, he woke up one Sunday morning thinking about Jennifer Aniston's dry eye, and he sent me this email about it.
Yeah, I never got that, but I received from him like an hour ago, Happy New Year.
Oh.
And Happy New Year to you, Michael, if you see the show from, I hope all of us, right?
Oh yeah, but he won't watch this. You kidding? You know him.
You never know. You never know. You never know. Michael will love you. Miss you.
I love him.
Made of you, Elya.
Yeah.
He made that painting of you.
Yeah, evil Baskin.
Based on a mugshot from 1957.
Yeah, that Elya has been sitting there since you were here last.
I'm going to have
Right there.
Have to go. My wife is home alone on New Year's Eve. That ought to be like going into a jaguar's cage.
Very similar.
57 years, Lori.
Yeah,
It is
well, like I
beautiful.
say, we don't talk a lot, which works.
How many kids do you have?
2, one of each.
One of each?
How's the son?
Huh?
He's got a boy, right? The second one?
One of each.
Yeah, the second one's a boy.
Yeah.
That's our family. My sister, me, older. Andrea, Ryan, older. Dahlia and Donovan, older. So it's always the girl first. And it's not all me. I mean, these were other people involved in this. Well, no, I'm not really quite sure where I am here.
He isn't quite sure where he is anytime.
Yeah. They. My son lives in Reseda, but a big condo. Just like to point that out, you know.
In case we need a place to stay.
Yeah. And my daughter lives in Canyon Country. She has a very nice condo. We have a hideously expensive house that we paid nothing for.
Nice.
We bought it for $86 and $76. Now it's worth $1 million. And you know what?
Where are you?
Granada Hills.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a neighbor.
Really?
You're a millionaire, right?
Huh?
You're a millionaire.
Well, if I sell the house, then what do I do? You know?
What are you gonna do then? Move to Reseda.
Then you gotta leave the state.
Now go to Arkansas and buy a ranch,
Yeah.
with servants.
Yeah. No.
Go to Bulgaria. You can buy the city.
Or in West LA, you can buy a
Go to
tent.
Bulgaria.
Oh,
West LA, you buy a tent.
Yeah. No kidding.
Crazy. Well, it has been.
Elya has lived in his house for
25 years.
Yeah.
25 years.
25 years. Yeah. Yep. He's a smart guy.
Lori's kissing Burl. I'm just.
Oh boy.
I'm jealous.
Me too.
Spine surgery on her in another 6 weeks.
Burl, don't mumble. We'd like to know what you're.
Well, we were just talking about my daughter being in that wonderful lift accident was going to make her wealthy. Crippled but wealthy.
Sometimes
I hope she didn't invest in Bitcoin.
Oh, I'll tell you what, the only way to make money on Bitcoin is his contract, 60 seconds.
Well, you're very
Follow
nice.
the trend, and you
Call
put
my
my
wife and tell her
$100
that I
on
was
whether
here.
it's 60 seconds if it's going to be going up or down.
That's good. Have the
And they have
girl
people who
call.
track that,
Huh?
and they
Have
tell
the
you,
lady call.
buy
Hey,
now,
Tom was
in
fabulous.
60 seconds is going to be
Oh
up.
God, yeah. Maybe you don't want to.
And it's 96% profit.
God knows I have.
Now, if you lose it, you make it back to the next bet. You just double it up.
I'll take a lesson.
They don't make money unless you make money.
Listen, anytime I put my money into stock market or anything, the minute I do it, next day it goes down. So
Yeah.
Hey, Elya, if that's the case, the next stock you pick, buy shorts.
I have shorts.
You buy that it's going to go down. You do the same thing with Bitcoin. Going to go down in the next 60 seconds.
Bitcoin, is that little weenie that started that? Is he going to end up in jail?
No.
He didn't start it. He was just a broker.
And boy, is he skating on that. He gets out. He's already skating free.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well,
What
good.
his bail
Seems
was
like a
$17
nice
billion. No problem.
Well, Democrats love him. He invested all the money from them to him or to them.
I haven't even met the guy.
Billy did a really good job with the ribs.
Yeah, he did.
The ribs are wonderful, yeah.
Well, I hate to hit and run, but exactly what I do.
I'm glad it tastes okay.
What about you? I mean, you're not having any?
I'm going to have a dog here in a minute. I just haven't made it over there.
Dog.
I have a dog.
Dog.
Lori wants to get a picture. And not Primrose. No. Lori wants to get a picture.
Oh.
I wonder what happened to the rock lady. Remember the rock girl? Who gave me painted rocks to the disc jockeys, didn't have sex with them? She was such a sweetie. That's when Dick Curtis was with her at a motel. He gets a phone call the next day. They go, I have pictures of you with what's her name at the motel.
Bobby Gentry.
And not it wasn't Bobby Gentry.
Oh.
She was a local.
She was doing everybody at WLS. I know that.
What was she? Did Bobby get around?
Yeah.
Bound round, get around.
Wow.
Yeah, she was your personal little deuce coupe.
Yes.
She was
little deuce coupe.
She was a cute little gal.
Yeah.
But anyway, this guy calls up and tries to blackmail Curtis.
Yeah?
So I got all these pictures of you. Curtis, without missing me, goes, you do? Fantastic. You can keep the negatives because you run out some prints. My wife loves that stuff.
Yeah? Did I look like a dork?
No.
Cute?
Cute.
Semi-cute.
Always cute.
Well, you're very sweet.
No,
I'll not forget you. Although I'm going to tell my wife I never met you.
That's why it's been 57 years. Tom is no dummy.
Well, yeah, come to think of it.
I get girls from Nigeria telling me they want me to give them money to Uber right over.
Bro, you're getting to where I don't understand you anymore.
Well, the thing is, I
You're
checked the
mumbling.
phone number. It's Nigeria.
Enunciate.
Said Uber doesn't travel underwater well. That's rather a high rate.
Okay, now I've got that.
All right, we're good. Let's because Tom.
Oh, they do?
Tom's trying to get out of here, so let's get
Hey,
a
listen,
picture.
you guys.
Oh, I have to get over there?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a good seat here now. Down there in
You're in the
tourist.
picture.
Hi, Boo.
Sorry, has some dizzy old farts.
Here.
Okay.
Here.
Huh? Oh, hey, all right, good. Well, now if I can find my car, since
All right.
I can't get out there.
Dude, where's my car?
You want me to walk you out?
With a Bentley?
No, the Bentley you'll find right away, yeah.
All right. Elya,
good to see you.
you in this picture. Yeah, right here. Here.
I'll come back.
No, right here.
Is this magic spoon in here?
Yeah.
You got your finger over the lens like a good girl.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, this is so good. 1, 2, 3.
Are the caps showing?
Love
it cost a minute.
I love it.
Doing no flashes. Is it big to be right enough?
We're looking good.
Huh. Oh yeah.
Look at you guys.
Her camera
I'm
picks you
looking good
up.
in leather.
Yeah, wrapped in leather, you never look better.
Hey, nice to
Tom,
meet you.
Tom, God bless you, man. You're one of the good guys.
God,
Thank you.
Well, I was at Kissing after the
He's a good guy.
No, thank you.
Primrose.
You almost was a WMCA good guy.
Thank you.
I'll look it up.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you for being so good and so smart.
watch out.
And I
I
love
can find
that.
my keys.
Primrose.
Just in case someone else.
Hey, Boob.
Here they are. Oh,
Hey, Boob. It's okay.
thank you, Jesus.
You're welcome.
Sorry, I missed you.
Come.
Happy New Year, my friend.
Oh, thank you.
Happy New Year.
Oh, you're a little doggy there. Okay.
Do you still smoke?
You doing?
Do you still smoke?
No, I don't smoke. I quit. I have big lungs and a large pain in the ass. Smoker.
That was a great show.
Yes. Matt?
Oh, yeah.
Please.
No.
Just shut the door.
Yeah, I will. I will.
How you doing, Lori?
I got in trouble.
You did?
My entire building got a note because somebody was smoking on the premise.